All right, good evening, everyone. It is currently 9 on the dot Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. We have our first severe thunderstorm warning of the night. It is for the southern tip of the Upper Peninsula here in Menominee County, Michigan. This is part of the UP, hidden away there just north of Green Bay, central Menominee County. This is a very, very powerful storm. We've been watching it behind the scenes here over the last 30 minutes. We were wondering when they were going to pull the trigger, and they finally did. It's Speaking of intros here, I'm Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzman alongside Ryan for a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and dive into this warning as this moves off to the east-southeast. The National Weather Service in Marquette has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Menominee County and south central Upper Michigan until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:57 p.m. Central, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles south of Powers, or 27 miles southwest of Escanaba, moving southeast at now 35 miles per hour. This is going to be quarter-sized hail. Radar indicated damage to vehicles is expected. Locations impacted by the severe thunderstorm warning include Daggett, Swanson, Spalding, Cedar River, Wilson, Banat, Kearney, Stevenson, Gorley, Nathan, Nadeau, and Powers. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, that's 1-inch hail and winds less than 50 miles per hour.
Just want to point out as well, outside of the severe warning, there is a statement in effect for the storm to the north of that, near Garden. Penny-sized hail directly over the town of Garden, moving on to Lake Michigan as we speak. So no big concern with that storm, but if you happen to be from the town of Garden, perhaps some penny-sized hail falling just to the north of this severe warning. Hail is the only concern with these storms. Damaging winds and tornadoes are unlikely. So if there's going to be any type of severe with this particular warning, it's going to be in the form of hail and hail only.
And these storms are quickly moving off onto Lake Michigan, so we don't expect to be live here for too long. I'm guessing a couple special rain warnings will probably be issued here soon, unless some of these cells redevelop back here off to the west here towards Crystal Falls, Iron River, Channing, Michigan. There's also some cells down here in Green Bay, or just to the west of Green Bay, I should say, that fired through the cap today. These storms will eventually die off here in the next hour or two as they move into the overnight hours and the cape kind of dwindles. So these storms up here, though, they'll be going on for a while. We'll have to watch them as they cross the lake eventually later tonight, impact portions of northern lower Michigan. As we mentioned, Ryan, earlier today, and I guess you say yesterday, we called it. This is official. We have a severe thunderstorm warning issued at the exact same time in the exact same county as an ice storm warning. So they're expecting, actually, if I switch it over to precipitation type, you can see some of that rain is changing over to freezing rain. It has been doing that all day in portions of Marquette, over towards Luce County, Newberry. There's a 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain has already fallen, and we're only at the 9 o'clock hour here on Friday night for portions of Sault Ste. Marie. So a lot more to come tonight. Definitely ice storm warning criteria, but also right now we're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning. So 1-inch hail is falling very close by to some freezing rain.
I'm going to take my radar. I believe I'm sharing my Omega. Yeah, there you go. VIL product here. This is your hail tracker. We're not seeing too much in the way of anything bright. We were seeing it down here back in the Wisconsin side. As it moves south and east, we are getting a little bit weaker signal for some hail, which is good news. But as you can see here, the brighter colors would be where the largest of hail is going to be falling, basically just crossing over the Michigan state line near the White Pine Haven, heading toward Gardner, Banat, Swanson, Talbot, and Bagley areas in the next couple of minutes. They just dropped the warning on the Wisconsin side. It continues from Menominee County. This warning is in effect for 26 minutes, so 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. It will be dropping, and then that storm will go over the lake. And as Joel mentioned, this line will be moving toward the northern part of lower Michigan, where severe weather is probably unlikely, but we'll be watching it regardless just to make sure nothing gets an attitude.
And for those who are watching in actual Menominee County, that is 8:30 Central time, because that is Central Daylight Time there. So if you're just tuning in and know anybody from the Menominee County area, this storm is over them right now, but feel free to share the stream. A like goes a long way as well. If you don't know anyone from the area, leaving a like will help boost the algorithm for fellow Michiganders, so feel free to do that. We will, again, be live here until this warning ends, as is our policy at Michigan Storm Chasers. We got you covered from beginning to end. We will probably, once we see this line completely go onto the lake, we will probably take a break, hop off, and if need be, come back for part 2. Right now, this is directly over this. The hail core is directly over US 41, pretty much north of Stevenson right now, heading straight for Cedar River. It's over Kearney. It's actually going to be pretty much done through Kearney in the next 5 minutes. It's already through Powers as well, even though they're in the warning box at this current time. And it looks like through Bark River and Schaefer as well. So a couple cities that I just listed off there. Working on still getting some road layers, and I just realized my radar wasn't taken live, but that's okay. I had listed off some cities and Ryan's radar was listed, but those are all cities in central Menominee County that just listed off. I will be working on getting roads into my radar at some point, but Ryan has them on his. So,
yep, we can go ahead and take a slice here, not a slice, but more so a look here. What I'm drawing on your screen is 41 there through Stevenson, Daggett, and Nadeau. That's gonna be where the heaviest of precip is falling or about to fall. These two little purple blips down here where the heaviest of the precip is falling would be the concern here, more than likely. But I could see some larger hail falling outside that. It's just more likely we see the heaviest colors. I also want to point out as well, we just had a mesoscale discussion issued for freezing rain for the UP. Much of the UP will see around a 1/10 of an inch per hour rates through 2 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Central Time. So freezing rain will ramp up overnight, and that's why I also have ice storm warnings in effect here for portions of the UP. And with that said, Joel, I got to pop out of here. Joel's got you guys in good hands. I will see you guys later, maybe later tonight if we have more severe, but for right now, I got to hop off and tend to some personal issues. So I'll catch you guys later.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
So back to solo cam me. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Menominee County. If you are in the lower peninsula of Michigan, this is nowhere near you right now. Speaking of lower peninsula of Michigan, those storms that had...
Hey, Joel, take your radar back before you keep talking. Don't.
Yep.
There you go. Perfect.
Sometimes I forget. But yeah, for those who are wondering, again, we had a limited risk for severe weather out today, but that was an uphill battle because of a capping inversion that's in place, which is basically a lid on the atmosphere. We put it out there just in case. It was like a 2 or 3% chance of happening. It was under a 3% chance of happening, so 97% chance that it was not going to happen, and it certainly did not. This radar is completely clear down here tonight. However, in Green Bay, the capping inversion, you can see that it's a tale of two worlds. The capping inversion did break in Green Bay. They are getting some severe thunderstorms across central Wisconsin today, so that's the same warm front that those storms would have fired on down here in Michigan. We're thankful that it didn't. But we still do have the storms associated with the freezing rain up here that are going severe warning. So that's why we're live right now here in Menominee County, in the southernmost tip of the Upper Peninsula. It's basically Wisconsin at this point, but we are covering Michigan nevertheless, wherever it is. For those who missed it last summer, we actually covered a couple severe thunderstorm warnings for when they issued them for, yes, Isle Royale National Park up there in the middle of Lake Superior. So even though there was probably no one watching on Isle Royale, we were still live. So just the amount of commitment we have here at Michigan Storm Chasers is, I guess you could say, unmatched. So any severe thunderstorm warning, we will be covering it no matter where it is in the state, even if it's an island in the middle of Lake Michigan, so, or Lake Superior in this case. But again, if you are watching from the UP at all tonight, I know the National Weather Service offices up there, so National Weather Service Gaylord and the National Weather Service in Marquette are looking for your freezing rain reports or just precipitation reports in general, so let them know what you're seeing on the ground. So one way you can do that is essentially downloading the MPing app. And that MPing app, you can report precipitation type, you can report damage if there's tree damage falling at your location, you name it. In severe weather during the summer season, you can also report it for larger tree damage, I guess you could say. But yeah. So winds are not an issue in this storm, but I wanted to bring this up because I saw it pop up here real quick. And you'll probably see it here a couple times this summer as I try and not hiccup my way through this. But there's a green triangle right here, and you might be asking yourself, well, that's a little scary looking. What is that? That is actually what we call an AI-generated tornado vortex signature, TVS. And that's essentially saying, hey, the radar sees typical data like this and says, hey, it's usually indicative of what would be a tornado somewhere else on average in the world. But that is not the case tonight. This is just junk, radar garbage, I guess you could call it at this point. If you switch over to Marquette, it's probably not even on there. Yeah, it's not even on there. And tornadoes and wind are not an issue up here tonight for the southern UP region. So it's just hail. As the text reads, it is in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 1-inch hail and winds under 50 miles per hour. We do have some people watching from Wisconsin here tonight. Welcome in. Treasure Hunter 2 specifically. And rolling at the bottom of your screen is all the warnings, advisories, watches out there today. We have winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, ice storm warnings, and now we have a severe thunderstorm warning, which is the current highest active alert in the state, which is going to be always displayed on that top bar until we tell you otherwise. Again, just Menominee County is in that severe thunderstorm warning till 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Yes, if you do have the RadarScope app, which is a $10 radar app on your app store, those MPing reports actually pop up in the app, so you can see where people are actually real-time using the MPing app to report what precipitation they're seeing at their location. So, for example, if you wanted to use it in the Lower Peninsula right now, you definitely could, although you would just put your report as none, and the National Weather Service is always going to say, well, we know that, but thank you anyways. But yeah, you can use it for really any precipitation type, even if it's not necessarily precipitating at your location, and sometimes that is helpful, especially if there's like some sort of dry air at the surface. So like it could be raining on radar, but below the radar beam, it's actually not raining at all, and so that's where you would use the MPing app for that to say, hey, the radar is kind of not displaying something that's actually happening right now. So MSC sees you when you're sleeping, and they know when you're awake. That is a good one. That only applies to us when we're looking at the radar, so not anything else. That'd be kind of weird if that was the case. Ryan's always watching. Nice. We do have a special marine warning now in effect for portions of northern Lake Michigan. This is for 34 knots or greater of wind and a large hail. Small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. And obviously structural damage if there is some large hail out there. And you can kind of see that core. If we switch back to just our rain radar, that pink core right now is just offshore, just passed over Garden. If you back it up a couple scans, it passed directly over Garden. It's now offshore. There are some DBZ values on here of close to 70. That is 65, 64. In that area. So that's some very, very heavy rain. Again, radar intensity is measured in sound, so that's why it says DBZ. And those are the returns we're getting. So anywhere you usually see pinks and blacks is going to be some hail. The only way to confirm that is if we switch it over to our correlation coefficient radar and look for some greens, perhaps some blues. We are seeing some yellows and greens, which means non-uniform meteorological, so it's probably going to be definitely some smaller or decent sized hail, probably 0.5 to 0.75 inches. Certainly not any super large hail right now, but again, the Special Marine Warning seems to think that there's large hail out there, so I would not be surprised. Thank you, Justin, for the Michigan State men's basketball score updates. I'm going to need those because obviously I'm a Michigan State fan, so thank you. Andrea in here and on YouTube gifting 10 memberships for our subscribers. Again, if you are subscribed on YouTube, again, that's free to do. Check your account. You may have just been gifted a 30-day membership courtesy of Andrea. So thank you, Andrea. Yeah, definitely thank you for supporting the team. Appreciate you. If you have received a membership, obviously you can pay it forward and gift your own. Again, no obligation to do that, but it is there if you want to. Or if you just want to purchase one on your own, you can hit that join button at the bottom of your screen. Heavy rains ongoing all across the Michigan-Wisconsin border, pretty much anywhere you look. Bessemer down to Crystal Falls, so that's all of Gogebic, or is it Gogebic? I always forget. It's whatever that is, whatever county that is. Iron, Dickinson, down to Menominee, where the severe thunderstorm warning is currently in effect. But this is going to probably be canceled early, as this storm is already starting to leave the county and depart onto Lake Michigan. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Yes, I am a Central Michigan fan because obviously I went to Central Michigan, but second favorite Michigan State. Sorry for any Michigan fans watching out there. I know Ryan's a Michigan fan and he's watching in chat, so he's probably saying go blue or whatever. But both teams are playing tonight in the NCAA tourney, and if they both win, they advance to play each other. So it would be quite the game to end the weekend. And unfortunate too, because if we're in severe weather coverage on Sunday, then we'll probably be missing that game. Joel, what happened to the thing you were working on with the pronunciations? It is still in my... It is still like... Why is this not loading? It is still a quarter of the way done. So, yeah. I don't know if it'll ever get done, but because we're always so busy here. So, we'll see. Gogebic. It depends on how you pronounce the letter G. It could be G or Gbic. And Summer's in here donating a $2 super chat just so I can read off Go Blue. Thank you, Summer, for the super chat. I can't say I agree with that, but yeah. Thank you for the super chat either way. Thank you for supporting the team. So, severe thunderstorm warning still continues, in effect for 13 more minutes at the most. There's not really any other strong-looking storms out there across the Upper Peninsula. In fact, this entire line is starting to just move south as well, which could increase our ice rates for portions of northern lower, especially if that freezing line starts to meander its way south, which I know it is starting to do. So, Emmett, Sheboygan, Presque Isle counties, you guys want to be on the lookout tonight for ice within this band of heavy showers. As you can see, it is already freezing all the way up to the bridge. It won't be long before that crosses the bridge and you start to see some surface temperatures around 30 degrees there. G sound. Got it. Gogebic. Got it. Just make over to CC. It looks like there's a lot of hail clutter going on just offshore of Fairpoint. Fairpoint, check outside if you're watching from Fairpoint. Hi, Fairpoint. If you know anybody in Fairpoint, also hi, Fairpoint. Check outside. You might have some hail on your lawn. Looks like some hail just went over there. And this is quickly heading for some of the islands on Lake Michigan, which I know Beaver Island's out there. We're going to go ahead and pull up some of the islands that this line is heading for, specifically the special marine warning. It'll be heading towards Gull Island, High Island, Trout Island, Whiskey Island, Ojibwa Island, and you have Beaver Island, obviously, Garden Island, and Hog Island. So that cluster of islands up there in the northern part of Lake Michigan, it looks like it's going to stay north of North Fox and South Fox Island for now, as well as North Manitou and South Manitou Islands. Those counties, or those islands, will have to watch out here. Actually, no, it will be heading for South Fox and North Fox Islands, just the Manitou Islands. So Manitou is these two down here. It's not really heading towards that right now, but probably in like an hour or so. This is North and South Fox, and then that cluster that I listed off up there is also in line for this line of storms, which is actually currently starting to pass over it right now. But that is quite the hail core. Current trajectory looks like it could split right between the islands, but we'll see. Julie with a $2 super chat saying "Go Buckeyes," angering a lot of Michigan fans in here. Thank you, Julie, for your support of the team and as always being one of our mods here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Appreciate you. And I see the upset comments coming in right now. Oh boy. Nine minutes left on the severe thunderstorm warning. Current time is 9:21 p.m. Eastern, 8:21 Central. That clock down there at the bottom of your screen is accurate. Make sure it is lined up. If you're watching on Twitch, it's probably the quickest delay in terms of you're able to watch it in real time. So it's like a 3 to 5 second delay. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook right now, it's probably like a 15 to 20 second delay. So we highly recommend, if you do have a YouTube or Twitch account, to follow us on either of those. Again, the username is MI Storm Chasers. And if you missed our post earlier this week, we also mentioned that is a good way to receive, or a good way to watch us on multiple streams in case one platform goes down. Not to throw Ryan under the bus, but he was messing with our software between our briefing and the severe thunderstorm warning, and he almost broke YouTube completely as it is, but I was able to fix it. So you never know what platform might not be working on any given day. So obviously, if you can follow us on more than one account for our live streams, it's the best way to do it. Viewing from the 906 Mackinac County, welcome in. Let us know what you're seeing in terms of freezing rain up there right now. I know it's been coming down quite significantly so far. I saw there was a 0.11 inch accumulation result from Sault Ste. Marie at 9 o'clock. We have a long night ahead for the UP. Again, this freezing rain is supposed to end around noon tomorrow, maybe a little bit later. So that's still another good 12 hours of perhaps some freezing rain potential up there. And there goes our severe thunderstorm warning. So now we are back in ice storm warning ops. Looking around at the radar, there's really... I'm going to wait. It's insane here in St. Ignace. Thank you for that report. We're looking at that on our radar right now. You can see that it is switched over. It's obviously not, this radar is not like a great interpretation of what's actually falling at the surface, which is why we say you use the MPing app and help report to us. But yeah, we appreciate the comments and chat so we know what's actually happening down there at the surface. I'm getting my phone blown up right now. Who is... Okay. It's Caleb. Yeah, we are in ice ops right now. Pea-sized hail in Escanaba. Thank you for that report. That was Tori there. There it is. There's your pea-sized hail report actually popping up on the radar from public. Pea-sized hail with lots of lightning and thunder is the exact wording on that. You guys can't see it, but when I hover over it, it pops up for me. But I'm tempted to just stay live because this line is actually racing over the lake now. It says it's going 35, but I believe it's probably going quicker. 45 knots, so that means this northern extent of this line is actually moving about 50 miles per hour. Thank you, Bernadette, for that. We'll obviously keep Lewiston's over here in Montmorency County, so we appreciate you. Any reports, obviously, we are on Discord, so if you want to directly communicate with us on Discord, we have a bunch of channels designated to our weather that's ongoing. Discord is discord.gg/Michigan Storm Chasers. I know some of you guys that are watching in here tonight are in the channel, but in case you're not, that is an option. We also promoted it on our Facebook page earlier today, so if you missed that, you can go back and click on that link. I also made a lazy, not girl dinner, but a lazy boy dinner. I actually reheated some taco meat, threw it in a bowl with some yum yum sauce and some shredded cheese, and it actually tasted pretty good. Kind of random, but that's all I really had. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that's the only thing I threw together, because I would still be downstairs eating right now, which technically is the reason why we were live for Severe. So for those who might be new here and are wondering what's the food thing about, last summer, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, maybe more, anytime we went live for Severe, it was because either Ryan or me or maybe even Caleb went to go get food for some reason. And tonight I went to go get food, and thankfully I finished up, but within 5-10 minutes of me finishing up, we went live for the Severe Thunderstorm Warning. So Michigan State wins. Thank you. Yum Yum sauce is something that they use in hibachi. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like spicy mayo, but it's not really that spicy. It just has a really nice kick to it. And I'm gonna make hopefully some chicken fried rice by the end of the weekend. But if I'm busy making graphics and whatnot, it's gonna be hard to. So just scraps and leftovers until we get through this severe weather at the end of the day Sunday. Does it happen if I DoorDash food? Probably not. I didn't really get DoorDash too much last year. And that's because I actually didn't go physically make the meals. So I don't think it counts that way. Antrim, Kalkaska County region, some freezing rain. I think in our graphic that we posted earlier today, Kalkaska area is on the glaze to 0.03 inch range for freezing rain accumulation. When you go up into Antrim, that's when you get into your 0.3 to 0.5, I believe is what it was, 2.2 to 0.5, and then it goes 0.5 to 0.0 when you get closer to Charlevoix County, even Otsego County. I would not be surprised if this cold front, the stationary front sags a little bit further south, and we see some of those originally higher accumulations in portions of Emmett, Sheboygan, Presque Isle County. But when they issued the warning package earlier today, they did not opt for an ice storm warning in either of those 3 counties in northern Lower Michigan, because the models actually shifted everything north. But now, seeing that a lot of this precipitation is starting to sag south, it's possible that we see some of those higher amounts in these counties. So heads up, feel it up there near Sheboygan, Wolverine, for example, Onaway, Tower, Petoskey, you name it. Kalkaska is a little far south for some of the freezing rain. You guys are going to probably be dealing with too much warm air at the surface for it to freeze on impact, but definitely a possibility for at least a late glaze tonight. Just keep that in mind. There's ESPN notifying that Michigan State just won by 3. So on to the 8. Michigan's probably next. Just got Discord, still downloading the app. Sounds good. When you guys join Discord, feel free to change your nickname to a first name that's recognizable, or something that you get called by. It can be a fake name, just a name that is appropriate for Discord, preferably. And then obviously you want to put your county that you're located in next to your nickname. That way we know what county you are reporting from if you have a severe weather report of any type. Justin, our moderator in here, dropping some mascot knowledge, as always. For those who don't know, Justin is one of my friends, known as Rise Against 11, one of the mods here in chat. We have a great mod team, by the way. Shout out them. Summer Hughes with a $1.99 super chat here on YouTube, saying Joel likes that chicken from Popeyes, just like the commercial says. Thank you, Summer, for that super chat. Popeyes is good. I just don't usually grab it too often. So, in terms of weather, though, just jumping back on topic real quick here. Again, heavy rain and some small to medium-sized hail moving into the northern Lake Michigan vicinity towards South Fox, North Fox, Beaver Island areas they can and will issue severe thunderstorm warnings for the islands, which is why I'm kind of just sitting here waiting to see what they do, seeing as the special marine warning for Lake Michigan lists large hail, and seeing that also there's a lot of pinks in that rain. I don't want to count it out just yet, but you can also see this rain is just flying across the lake. I believe it's probably going faster than 50. I did read that in the Popeyes commercial voice, so. For those who are curious, we don't have any chasers live out there tonight. Obviously, it's very late, and we only have actually one storm chaser in the entire UP. So if you want to become a part of our Chaser Partner Network, we're always looking. It's basically you just have to take a test on our website under our staff section. You can scroll down to the bottom. There's a link to it there. And yeah, if you do good in the test, we will reach out to you and let you know if you are able to become part of the team. So specifically, again, we're looking for UP members. Again, we have one up there right now. Cliff watching in from Saginaw tonight. Welcome in, Cliff. Is this crap going to change to snow? Ooh, probably not until your Sunday time frame, honestly. This stationary front's going to be back and forth. Again, precipitation is going to stop tomorrow for a little bit. It's going to be, I should say, it's going to be more hit or miss tomorrow. Like the radar's kind of look like this tomorrow, where there's just spots everywhere. It'll still be off and on rain. There's a thunderstorm risk for the entirety of lower Michigan tomorrow as well. So precipitation is still possible throughout the day tomorrow, but it's not going to be widespread like we're seeing tonight here in the UP. And then once we get back into the Sunday time frame, that's when it starts to pick back up. Overnight, starting Saturday around 9 p.m., and then going into Sunday morning, 9, 10 a.m. time frame is really when we're going to see a lot of like stratiform rain crossing the area, which is basically just giant blankets of rain that's just going to encompass the entire state, essentially. Then it moves out. We get some clearing. Instability ramps up. We get to severe weather, and that's something we'll have to watch starting at 1 p.m. or later on Sunday afternoon, especially for the lower peninsula. South, we have the entire, in our forecast, our severe weather outlook, really anywhere in the lower peninsula is going to see perhaps a severe report tomorrow, on Sunday. The best chance of severe on Sunday, if you missed our briefing, is going to be south of that 96-69 corridor. We have a elevated risk out on our page right now. If you want to go check that out on Facebook, it is there. Michigan Storm Chasers on Facebook with the verified check mark in case you can't find it and don't know which page it is. There are a couple imposters out there, I guess you could say. So make sure you're checking out the one that has the verified check mark on it. And again, all our posts, 100% of them can be found there. Yeah, I was mentioning this earlier, Nick, that some of this freezing rain looks to be starting to fall across portions of Emmett, Sheboygan, Presque Isle. Because of the model runs going a little bit further north overnight, they opted to go to a winter weather advisory instead of a ice storm warning for Emmett, Sheboygan, and Presque Isle. It's going to be close. I'll tell you that right now, and especially with this rainfall incoming, you can already see it started to change over to freezing rain there, supposedly, in Emmett County. And if that remains the same and you have these heavier rain bands moving into the area, that's going to quickly accumulate probably 0.05 inches at a time. So you could see close to 0.2 of an inch of precipitation or freezing rain within the next 5 to 6 hours for portions of Emmett, Sheboygan, maybe Presque Isle. We'll see. Again, there's a very, very fine line out there tonight in terms of what's going on at the surface between whether or not it's 40 out there at the surface or 30. It's a very, very sharp cutoff. So tough to tell exactly, especially for northern lower. But I would say at best, or I guess I'd say at worst because it's not good, but Sheboygan, Levering, Pellston, Mackinac City will probably get 0.2 of an inch of ice tonight, if not more, despite the fact they're in a winter weather advisory. And again, an ice storm warning criteria is 0.25 inches and higher, generally speaking. We have talked about Sunday, yes. If you want to go back and check out our briefing from earlier, we had it at 7:05 this evening Eastern, and that was to cover tonight's storm, Sunday's storm, and we also briefly mentioned Wednesday. We aren't going to dive too much into Wednesday until we get through actually Sunday. So feel free to go check that out. It's archived on our YouTube channel, or if you just go back and scroll back on Facebook, it's there too. Nothing in terms of tornadoes tomorrow. Saturday is going to be our break day. So Sunday, bad weather. Definitely possibility for pretty much anywhere in the Lower Peninsula. I would say, again, south of that 96-69 corridor. But models have been increasing a little bit, ever so slightly, how much warm air advection we get in on Sunday. So we might have to bump things north. But again, we're going to have our next call package, I guess you could say, out tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon time frame. Probably by around 1 or 2 o'clock, we'll release another severe weather outlook, essentially updating our thoughts in terms of latest model runs. And again, it'll be available first for our Patreon subscribers. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, feel free to check that out in the morning tomorrow. Don't miss that. Take advantage of it if you can. Speaking of Patreon, for those who might have missed the news in terms of our YouTube page for members of our YouTube. So if you are a paid member on YouTube and you missed the chat, we are no longer able to do Patreon cross-posting to YouTube because we realized that the images, if you're viewing it on your desktop, for example, you can't view the full thing, and that really just kind of negates the purpose of posting it in the first place. So we have decided to primarily only post on Discord and Patreon. So if you're a paid member on either of those platforms, make sure to check out our daily forecast. And thank you, Don, for putting the link in the chat for the Patreon. Appreciate it. Hey, Mike. Welcome in. If you're watching tonight, DJ's in here from Mount Pleasant. Hi, neighbor. I'm also Mount Pleasant. Severe weather possible on Sunday. Again, for those who are wondering about severe weather this weekend in terms of actual tornadoes, winds, hail, pretty much everywhere in the Lower Peninsula is at risk for Sunday. All hazards. The further south you are in the state, the higher the likelihood of a severe thunderstorm. So any hazard. And those maps can be found again on our Facebook page. Looking at the radar here, the special marine warning has been canceled. Special weather statement has been issued for the peninsula north of Sturgeon Bay here in Wisconsin. So some strong thunderstorms still out there. Watching these closely, go to CC radar. Not really seeing too much in terms of a hail core right now. We'll switch back. We'll switch over to Gaylord. See what their radar's coming up with here. Looks like there's some hail mixing in spots. But no severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect. So, Paul, welcome to the team here on our YouTube. Thank you for becoming an EF0 member. Appreciate your support. Hope to see you around more often. Dragon, thank you for posting those in Discord. We'll check them out. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to check it out right now because I'm in live coverage ops, but we do appreciate it. The Twisters reference, Dragon. It's great. But no tornado threat for the UP, so that quote doesn't really apply to them. Andrew also becoming a part of the team here on YouTube, an EF0 member. Thank you, Andrew, for supporting our operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Hope to see you around more often as well. Escanaba is horrible right now. A couple of you guys watching from Escanaba tonight. Welcome in. For our UP friends. You guys had some pea-sized hail there earlier, according to a public report. Look at all that freezing rain falling. If you have freezing rain reports, remember you can measure freezing rain. The best possible way to do that is to get a branch, measure from the edge of the branch. So you kind of have to eyeball it. You have to measure from the edge of the branch to the top of the ice on one side and then directly on the other side as well. You add those two measurements up, you divide by 2, and that is your ice accretion total. So if I measure one side of the branch and it was 1/4 of an inch and the other side was 1/2 an inch, you would take those two, you get 0.75 and then divide it by 2, so you'd get some wonky number between about 0.3 something. If my math does me correctly there. It's a long day. It's been a long day. But yeah, you'd just add up the 2 and divide. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, it's not like a crazy severe weather coverage tonight, but there will be those days this summer for sure. Perhaps even as soon as the spring, in terms of maybe 2 days from now. We'll probably be a lot more busier, but when we have no severe warnings like this out there, we can kind of just sit back and relax. So answer some questions. Yeah. Gather some loyalty points for those who are watching on YouTube and Twitch. We might be doing something with that soon. So if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, you can get those loyalty points by speaking on YouTube, so just chatting in general every 5 minutes. Or if you're watching on Twitch, every 5 minutes you spend just viewing the stream on Twitch, you get loyalty points for that as well. You also get loyalty points for how much you donate to the channel as well. Again, totally optional to do. The best way you can support us here at Michigan Storm Chasers is obviously just hitting that like button on the stream. Goes a long way, helping out us and helping out your fellow Michiganders, bumps the algorithm in their favor. So feel free to hit that like button if you haven't already. Oh boy, we're talking about math in chat now. Wait till I tell you this. We had to get, well, some of you guys know. Meteorology, you have to get through Calc 4. That is correct. So keep that in mind. Starting to see a little bit more of a hail core, maybe starting to pop up with this line here. Some purples and pinks starting to pop back up as it heads towards North and South Fox Island, as well as Beaver Island. But yeah, if you want to go into meteorology, if there's anybody here in chat watching that might want to go into meteorology someday, just know that, yeah, I had to go through Calc 4, and it was not easy. But I did eventually make it. Yes, Calc 4. But yeah, the plan that we want to do with the loyalty points is that if you get enough, we want to basically give back to you for basically on us. So the more loyalty points you collect, you can redeem stuff like on our store. You can get like a Midland Weather Radio on us, you name it. We might do like stickers or something. So I'll have to talk to Ryan about that, but that's something I've been thinking about. So yeah, when I got to college, I was never in advanced math either, so I had to start straight from scratch for calculus. So it was difficult. Our store is watching in chat. Helicity Designs. Shout out Helicity. If you want Michigan Storm Chasers merch, or Radar Scope merch, speaking of Radar Scope earlier, if you want Radar Scope merch, it just dropped on our store, Helicity Designs. That is helicity.co. You can check that out. Or if you just want to get Michigan Storm Chasers merch, it's there too. Again, totally optional, but it's there in case you want to support our operations. Speaking of supporting operations, Abraham in here for his first month as a member of our team, becoming an EF0 member. Thank you, Abraham. Hope to see you around more often. So thank you very much. Devin, it's more like Helicity X radar scope, because that is definitely a thing. So if you check out our merch store, Helicity merch, or sorry, radar scope merch is in there. Cadillac, Michigan look like for tonight. Cadillac, Michigan is going to be on that glaze to 0.03 inch zone. A lot of that freezing rain is going to stay to your north, though, because it's going to be a little too warm in Cadillac tonight. Probably a low of 38, 37. So what falls will melt. Or just turn into a very, very light glaze at that. I did have Polygon, or I did have the place files in here earlier. I'm actually going to add those back, so give me a second, guys. Ladies and gents, we will add the station plots in here so you can see what's actually going on at the surface. Then pause it. So that strong storm is now over South and North Fox Island, about a minute away from Beaver Island, where the temperature right now at Beaver Island is 30 degrees. So that is freezing rain. You can see some of these temperatures here. If you zoom in really close, for example, so here's a MEDAR station. The top left number is your ground temp, so it's 32 degrees there in Pellston. And it does say it is light freezing rain and mist there right now. So quickly freezing over. It is 30 in Sheboygan, 31 in Rogers City, 34 here in the Boyne Falls region. And then when you get down towards Bel Air, you can tell where the front really is located right now, 39 degrees. And you get to Traverse City, 45. But it's also 36 in Grayling, 38 in Roscommon. You also have the influence from the colder lake waters, so there's a lot of wind getting blown off the lakes right now. It's causing some colder air to blow in. So that's why if you've seen some of the freezing rain maps that we've posted from both the National Weather Service and ourselves, that wind, that colder wind at the surface, is helping aid in colder temperatures down at the ground, essentially, because it's a east wind, whereas it has to cross the entire peninsula just to get over here, where it's 49, 51 degrees in Manistee right now, 60 degrees in Ludington. Yeah, so that's why only the northeastern half of the northern lower peninsula is going to get freezing rain tonight, whereas Traverse City, Manistee, Frankfort, Arcadia might not. So kind of cool how wind works. Not so good if you live in Alpena, Atlanta, Gaylord, Rogers City, all those cities I just mentioned later tonight. I missed a lot of comments. Let me go back and read them all. Depends on where you're driving, Lindsay. Anywhere on Sunday. Sunday morning, it's just going to be a little bit of a washout. There could be a little bit of a severe risk Sunday morning, but our main focus is going to be Sunday after 1 o'clock. Yeah, they're getting blasted up there for sure tonight. I know we have a couple of viewers watching from the UP tonight. Hopefully you guys are bunkered down and hanging in there, and hopefully you got enough food and water to last yourself a couple days. Again, round 2 is coming tomorrow. Or sorry, yeah, I guess you'd say tomorrow. Tomorrow night, but really on into Sunday. We have a new mesoscale discussion for the UP. I have not seen that, but I would not be surprised if that is the case. Oh. This is actually news. I just realized that came in. An ice storm warning has been issued, actually, for Emmett, Sheboygan, and Presque Isle County. So they are now indicating that it will get over 0.25 inches tonight for portions of northern lower. So Emmett, Sheboygan, Presque Isle counties, heads up. That will be a lot of freezing rain tonight there. I would even be inclined to say that portions of northern Charlevoix, Otsego, Montmorency, and Alpena counties as well going to get close to that 0.25 inch range. but still probably going to be. You can see where the front is right now. Again, it's 32 in Alpena, 34 over here in Boyne City, 34 over here at the airport in Charlevoix. So, again, I'd even say Charlevoix County is probably going to get 0.25 inches. It is really close, or kind of far away from the easterly wind lake influence. But at the very least, northern Montmorency, Otsego, Alpena County, close to 0.25 inches. So, yeah, ice storm warnings are being issued this late at night. It's kind of a last-second thing, but yeah, you have ice storm warnings there now in portions of the Lower Peninsula. Summer with a $9.99 super chat on YouTube, and this one is for me, saying let's get to 35,000 subscribers on YouTube for me to dance, and that is something that I do here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Is every time we hit a 5K milestone, so 25K, 30K, 35K, I get to dance for you guys, whether that's kind of just on my own or if it's a dance from the past or right now. I will do that as something I have as a goal. So if you are not subscribed on YouTube, feel free to do that. It is free to do. Again, I wish the button on YouTube said follow, because it would make a lot more sense. I know there's a lot of confusion in saying subscribe, but subscribe on YouTube is the equivalent of following for free. So as long as you have a YouTube account, you can go ahead and press that big red button. If you want to become a channel member, which is a paid thing, you can press the join button. But again, that's optional. So thank you, Summer, for that super chat. And if you guys want to get to 35K tonight, I don't even know what we're at. I haven't checked in a while. I'll go check right now just in case we're close. But I think we're still like 1,500 away. Yeah, we're still pretty far away. We're about 1,500 away. Just over 1,500. 1,564. So, probably not tonight, but if you want to subscribe on YouTube, feel free to do that. Andrea with a super chat as well, $10, saying, stay safe up there, everyone. And we cannot stress that enough. If you are living up there anywhere in the UP tonight, that is something you want to be doing, is staying safe, stay inside. If you have any trees hanging over your house, I would be inclined to say move to a room that doesn't have a limb over it, because some branches will fall. Ice accretion is a thing. It can weigh, it really weighs down those branches. We're lucky that it isn't budding trees yet. That would be a lot more weight. So these trees are quite empty right now, so it'll take a little bit more to knock them down. But either way, just avoid any trees, I guess you could say. So thank you, Andrea, for that super chat. Yeah, the warning map right now, there is... Oh, actually, yeah, let me pull that up. I got to pull up a new tab here. That one's not updated, so I gotta go find a different one. Come on. Hazard map. Is this one updated? Is this one even working? It's not. Oh, I missed some super chats, I think. I'm sorry. I totally missed. Julie. Thank you, Julie, for that $10 super chat. I would like to win a t-shirt, please. Let's hit the goal. Thank you, Julie, for that $10 super chat. Appreciate you. And we also have $9.99 super chat from Cindy saying, I just want Julie to win a t-shirt. So thank you guys very much for the super chats. Appreciate you. We do have a freezing rain report that just came in from Marquette. They have already seen pretty much at this point 0.15 inches of freezing rain, which is over halfway to freezing rain or an ice storm criteria, with plenty of night left. It is only 9:55 p.m. No severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now, but plenty of ice storm warnings. I'm still trying to pull up the hazard map here really quick for you guys. Hopefully this is not updated. Alright, we're just going to have to roll with it. Host window. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over here to this source. These are your current alerts. Let me know if you guys can see them. So we have winter weather advisory portions of the western UP. Winter storm warnings up here for northern Houghton and Keweenaw counties. Ice storm warnings and winter weather advisories for Dickinson, I believe that's Iron, Dickinson, and Menominee County, as well as an ice storm warning there. Ice storm warnings for the entirety of central and western UP. And these winter weather advisories have not updated yet on here, but they have been upgraded to winter storm warnings officially. So these purple boxes will now turn into more of that color that you see on the bottom of the warning bar there, that kind of dark magenta color. And then you have some winter storm watches that are now in effect for portions of central, northern, lower, I guess is the word for that, for portions of Alpena, 75 corridor north of Grayling. That is for the snow and the ice that is coming for your day on Sunday. So front sags a little bit further south for Sunday, but still severe risk for the entire lower peninsula on Sunday nevertheless, due to some elevated hail, similar to what we're seeing tonight. Speaking of similar to tonight, we're going to go back to the radar here, because this segment here is quickly heading for Charlevoix, Petoskey. I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if Ryan's watching right now, if he wants to do a radar update. He's telling me that we should do a giveaway. Okay. Well, he's not in here, so I don't even know what the giveaway is. What's going on? I'm just so out of it right now. Cindy with a $9.99 super chat, and a Summer with a $9.99 super chat. I'm assuming for the giveaway of some sort here, but thank you guys very much for your donations to MSC's operations. Ryan has sent me. Okay, so we're doing a T-shirt giveaway then, I guess is what we're doing. While we have the second here. So we are doing a T-shirt giveaway. I see it. The mods are yelling at me behind the scenes right now. I was just not in the loop, honestly. I'm so sorry. I've been paying attention to the weather and not really to chat, which is not me. I'm sorry. I'm reading chat. Yeah, this is an elevated thunderstorm that's heading right into Charlevoix, Petoskey. I really want to get a radar update here real quick. But we're going to do a giveaway. So we're going to start right now. We have a number between 1 and 100. Starting with Dawn's comment, go ahead and start now. Once I see it, I'll tell you guys to stop. Again, it's 1 to 100. So the giveaway is currently ongoing, so feel free to type a number in chat. I will tell you when to stop when I see it. Yeah, Ryan, if you're listening, feel free to put a radar update on Facebook, because this is a strong line of storms heading for the Petoskey region. Oh my goodness. I gotta make sure that I didn't miss any, because I've just been missing chat all the time tonight. I still don't see it yet. You guys have not guessed it yet. Oh, stop. Stop. Pause. Briley, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but Hyche is the winner. The number was actually 1, and it took forever for somebody to type it, but Briley is the winner. I'm going to type it in our mod chat so I can have it for reference before I scroll down. Congratulations to Briley, who literally I think just hopped in here to say hi and then just won our t-shirt giveaway for the night. Julie guessed 3 literally right after that and was very, very close. I don't think anyone else guessed it, but yeah, Frank eventually guessed it. But Briley was first. Thank you guys for participating in the giveaway. But Briley, feel free to reach out to us. Who the heck does 1? It was Ryan's doing, so you can blame him. Yeah, send us a direct message on Facebook if you have it, or you can send us an email with confirmation that it is you. So if you have Facebook, follow us on Facebook, Michigan Storm Chasers. You can send us a private message. And our email, if you don't have Facebook, is going to be contact@michiganstormchasers.com. If one of the mods wants to put that in there, feel free to do that. But the number was 1. We'll never do a decimal point unless we're specific about it. But yeah. So this line is barreling down on Charlevoix, Petoskey. So Charlevoix County, southern Emmett County, northern Antrim County. This has a history of being severe or special weather statemented for some 1-inch hail. There's also a new severe thunderstorm warning back here off to the southwest, but this is way over the lake towards Green Bay. Ryan is grounded. So because of the severe weather tonight with this live stream, I was in the process of starting to do a first call package for our precipitation types tomorrow, so our snow, ice, rain, and wind. However, because it's now so late, we're just going to push it off and release it tomorrow for Patreon first, and our members, or our rest of everyone else on Facebook second for the afternoon. So that way it's just not like back to back. We will also, again, have a new severe weather outlook posted kind of back to back with that package tomorrow in the afternoon. So what's visible today may not be visible tomorrow. There could be shifts north, shifts south. We'll have to see what the models say overnight. Getting hammered in St. Ignace still, for sure. It is 30 degrees there right now. There's the reading at Mackinac Island, at least right across the way, is 30 degrees. And it says light snow, but I have a hard time believing that because that is the surface temperature. Although with the cold wind off the lake right there, you never know what micro scale features are in play. But this is heading into Charlevoix County here in about 10 minutes. I am very surprised there's nothing on this. Let me see CC at least. There's definitely some decent hail in there right now. I saw one of the National Weather Service Gaylord emergency management people were in here tonight. I think his name is Mike. So, Mike, if you're still watching, thank you for tuning in tonight. Hopefully we could get you some freezing rain reports, some MPing reports for you heading your way. Try to make sure you have all the data you need up there to accurately forecast. So hopefully all things are well up there. Quick reset here. It is just about to turn 10:05 in about 5 seconds. Eastern Time, 9:05 Central Time. I'm Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzma here at Michigan Storm Chasers. We had one severe thunderstorm warning earlier in Menominee County that has since been long gone. These storms have raced over the lake in a mere half hour, so these things are flying. And if you haven't already, the best way to support these live streams, keep them going, besides obviously you can donate, but the best thing you can do for free is to hit that like button and follow us on the platform you're currently watching on, as that helps boost the algorithm to you and your fellow Michiganders. So feel free to do that. As your quick reset, we have perhaps some hail. I would say we definitely do have some hail moving in. Given those pinks there on radar, that is your base reflectivity radar. So this is the intensity of the rain crossing the lake. So that is the reds, the pinks, heavy rain, downpours, perhaps some small hail. The only way to confirm that we have small hail, though, is to usually check the CC. And that greenish and the blues in here are usually indicative of non-uniform data. So that would be hailstones. It would be debris, but obviously there's no tornadoes out there tonight, so no debris. So it's definitely most likely hail that's ongoing out there right now in those bands. And if you match it up with the base reflectivity, you can see it matches up pretty well with those purples and reds. Briley, thank you for sending the email. We'll look out for that. Hopefully, let us know, Ryan. Let me know if you got it. If not, I'll relay your message here. In chat, so we can get you connected. Again, the email is contact@michiganstormchasers.com. While we have a quick moment here, I just zoomed in really quick. I'm going to loop the radar, and bear with me here. These are very important. I will not forget them this time. Our sponsors. So bear with me. Again, the highlight sponsor of the day is Lifestyle Exteriors. They take up a huge area of Michigan from Lansing to Traverse City, specializing in roofing construction projects. That number is 989-854-3055. So, if you have any roofing projects you want to get done before severe weather season really gets underway, that's the number to call right there, especially for central and northern Michigan. And we also have a wide variety of sponsors as well. Not like the main highlight sponsor tonight, but sponsors nonetheless that do deserve a shout out in our stream, such as StormGuard out of the Detroit area, Pro Powder, South Haven, Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding over in Sanilac County, McKay Tree Specialists, anywhere across Michigan, Kuiper Tree Care, that's going to be West Michigan tree business there. Shout out Drew, who also works for that company. We have Katz Roofing and Siding out of the Potterville, Battle Creek, Lansing area. Gull Lake Tree Pro down in Kalamazoo County region. FBI Buildings, which is pretty much the entirety of the Lower Peninsula there. Henkel's Tree Service down by the border. On Top Roofing in Livingston County. And obviously we have our very popular Guardian Technologies, who's responsible for our Skynet, all our cameras across Michigan, working on getting more installed. Thank you, Guardian. And finally, Floor Coverings International of Michiana. I believe that is out of the Michiana region. So thank you, sponsors. Again, round of applause to our sponsors. We can't do what we do without our sponsors. Everything we do here is not free. So upkeep costs, salaries, you name it, we have to pay for it. So thank you, sponsors. Appreciate you guys very much. And thank you for being our biggest supporters of Michigan Storm Chasers operations here. Back to the chat. We have Ryan chatting here that Briley, your inbox is full, so you want to check on that. Definitely thank you, sponsors. Thank you, guys. $4.99 super chat from Mike. It's a super sticker that reads Lemon Character and Baby Lemon jumping in the air to do a high five. Thank you for that super sticker, Mike, and your support of our operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Ryan is tempting another giveaway here in chat. Briley said she is good to go now. Her inbox should be empty. I don't know who I'm communicating with right now. I'm communicating on their behalf, but yeah. Megan, favorite channel on YouTube. Thank you, Megan. We're here for you. Before we do another giveaway, this is now within 5 minutes of hitting Charlevoix. A 10 from Petoskey. Rolling onshore quick. I would not be surprised if you have gusty winds move onshore with this one. Boy, that is almost like a RIJ, rear inflow jet there. It's a little bit. This live stream started around 9 o'clock tonight. I ran the nose for a severe thunderstorm warning that happened over in Menominee County, which is southern UP. We are now seeing this line of storms cross the entirety of northern Lake Michigan and impact portions of Leelanau, Charlevoix, Emmett counties here in just a second, and soon to be Antrim County as well. Lightning in Indian River, thank you. Antrim County, Elmira here. So you guys are right there on the edge. This is heading your way for sure. You can see the purples and reds on radar. It's not severe warn. There's no special weather statements in effect, but would not be surprised if they do issue one. That is quite the, I want to say hail core because of CC. You can see all those greens there that we were talking about. Let's go flip it over to VIL. Oh, well, that's why. I guess maybe not. VIL says that that's actually not hail, so interesting. You know what that could be? That could be some sort of actual freezing drizzle there. Yeah, accretion is the way ice attaches itself on the surface, essentially. So branches, power lines, the surface itself, you name it. Stand up here real quick. Yeah, it's definitely likely some sort of mixed precipitation. If it's not hail, then it's gonna be the other thing. As we learned in our meteorology classes, that is gonna be some bright banding from mixed precipitation or hail or debris, but we're not seeing debris tonight. It could be birds, but it's most likely not birds caught in there, especially this time of the year. I would hope not. Temperature now down to 32 in Charlevoix. That has dropped by 2 degrees. Again, it is still 68 degrees north of Grand Rapids right now. Still in the low 70s down in by southwest Michigan. And you go all the way up about 150 miles to the north, and it is a 40-degree difference. So quite the jack of all trades out there today in terms of precipitation and temperatures. Let me check operations here real quick. Yeah, that's definitely going to be all freezing rain. This is going to be quite a mess here in the coming minutes for northern Michigan, northern lower Michigan. I would be getting off the roads now if you're out there traveling, out and about. Charlevoix, this is turning into ice storm ice storm warning coverage real quick. So Sheboygan, Emmett, Presque Isle, Charlevoix, northern Otsego, northern Montmorency, and northern Alpena. Be prepared for some significant ice accumulations here in the coming minutes. Holy wind gusts in Indian River. Thank you for that report. That would be right here. Somewhere in here. Maybe to the north of Wolverine, yeah. Right in here. So there's these little cells that keep popping up and blowing through. Thank you, John. I saw it already. Tough to distinguish on a night like tonight when there's a bunch of elevated storms out there, so it's definitely difficult, but we do have to remember that it is also freezing precipitation. Wow. If that's damaging, if that's winds, that's pretty close to severe actually right there. Interesting. There's some sort of jet. I'm checking Mezzo. I'm checking Mezzo right now. What is going on? Huh. I need my... Wow, it's loaded up there. None of the parameters say anything really about winds, but I'll actually pick a photograph from this area. Oh yeah, that's quite the freezing rain sounding. But I'm trying to figure out if this is actually on the ground. If anybody's watching, I know there's a couple people watching from this area up here. So if you're watching from Ellsworth, East Jordan, if you're in Charlevoix, let us know if it got really gusty in your neck of the woods. This is winds at 2,500 feet. So it's about a half a mile off the ground. So we don't know if it's actually mixed into the surface. So ground truth is important here. So we appreciate any reports you send our way. Again, this is 50... I'll switch it back over to base velocity here. This is going to be 45. There is a 55 pixel in there at 2,500 feet. So... But I just pulled a RAP sounding SKU-T from the Petoskey region, and it is a classic ice storm sounding right now where the temperature inversion jumps to like 40 degrees Fahrenheit and then it shoots straight back across to about 29 degrees at the surface, very low down. This is going to be quite the mess tonight for northern lower. 25 to 30 in Indian River, thank you. This is something I was thinking about actually earlier this week, that if we do have any brief periods of melting either tomorrow or Monday, there's going to be falling ice from the Mackinac Bridge, and that is because of the melting and the buildup that's already happened, so it's got to go somewhere. All that ice that's accreted, so I'm trying to not get hiccups here, but here we are. Not getting any updates yet. Eight-minute scans. Next one's going to be about right now. I'm only watching basketball tonight. I'm not even watching basketball. I haven't been able to, but I know Michigan State won, so that's all that really matters to me. Power outages already in from chat here. Pull up the outage map. That's going to be. That's actually not consumers, that region there. Just a tiny little sliver there where that wind's over right now. That is not consumers energy. 39 and quiet in Bel Air. 37 there at the Bel Air, Antrim County. Is that an airport maybe there? Maybe not. Probably not. But wherever on the north, whatever's on the northeast side of town there, the weather station is reporting 37 at the surface. Wow, that is something else. Sorry, just catching up in chat here. There's a lot going on behind the scenes right now that I'm trying to keep up with. They're supposed to, I don't know, did we hit a giveaway? I don't think we hit a giveaway. They'll let me know if there is. The lakes are cooking tonight for sure. Hot beverage, ooh yeah, good hot chocolate would be good tonight. I'm here in Mount Pleasant right now, so I'm kind of in the middle zone between everything, and it's 46, and I have my window open, but I can feel a slight breeze coming in. Oh, we do have a gust, actually. We just gusted to 45 at Charlevoix, so that is confirmed at the surface. Thank you, Banisha, who's watching our stream. Thank you for that report. Watching YouTube live just hit Charlevoix. It's hailing, plenty of lightning, snowing perhaps, heavy mix, strong winds. So a pretty mixed bag there just hit Charlevoix, it sounds like. So if you're in East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, this is either over you or about to hit you in the next couple minutes. Feel free to send us some pictures, specifically. If you can, send them in Discord, because we do have chat rooms for that. But we will take them in. We can't see them if you post them in the comments on Facebook for the stream. So, yeah, if you want to put them in our Michigan Weather Reports chat on Facebook, it's a community group page, or Discord. Anywhere in Discord, you can tag the mods, tag me. I'm not really on Discord right now, but if you want to tag one of the mods like Julie or Dawn, or Ryan, I know he's behind the scenes right now. You can go ahead and do that. So feel free to join the Discord and put the reports there. We are looking for them right now. This looks to be at least a special weather statement worthy type sort of damaging wind swath here. There are a couple pixels in here that are reading 60 miles per hour. Very interesting considering our dynamics up there tonight. We're not really that favorable of damaging winds, but here we are sitting now with 45 to 50 mile per hour winds rolling across the way. Definitely, yeah, report it to MPing as well, the free MPing app. That's there. And this is why we stay live. even though there hasn't been a severe warning in about an hour now. Stuff like this happens, and we're here to cover it. So if you know anybody, giving a heads up right now, obviously liking that. If you don't know anybody that lives up here, hitting that like button on the stream right now is the best thing to do. Otherwise, sharing it, especially with anyone that lives in Otsego, Antrim, Sheboygan County. Best way to get them alerted right now. Let them know. Strong gusty winds moving in. Not special weather stated, but I do see actually there's power outage. Oh wow, we just had some power outages come in. Yeah, this is definitely bringing down a couple trees. We had a power outage come in from downtown Ellsworth. We also have Ironton with a massive power outage that just came in. The entire Lake Charlevoix from East Jordan up to Ironton. That is a large power outage. 1,500 people just lost power up there. So that's just now. This is definitely gusting to about 45, 50. Strong gusty winds, lots of thunder, lightning, and hail in Charlevoix, 34 degrees. Thank you for that report. Onaway, 33 degrees, heavy snow. Thank you for that report as well. It is not warned right now, nope. But we just had a power outage come in from the Consumers Energy power outage map from East Jordan all the way to Ironton. That's the entire length of Lake Charlevoix. So that's about a 5 to 10 mile stretch there. Just lost power along that entire lake. And that's exactly where this damaging wind swath is over right now. So if I pause it, right about there is the start of the power outage. And East Jordan's right down here. So that power outage runs right that length of that gust. So I'm not sure if any of the staff are behind the scenes watching right now, but it would be worth a report to report some of what we're seeing in chat here, some of your reports. If you directly want to report this to the National Weather Service in Gaylord, feel free to do that. That is at NWS Gaylord on X or on Facebook. You just tag the National Weather Service Gaylord. It should pop up. This is some gusty winds now in central Charlevoix County, running pretty much right down the length of, I believe that is, it's M75 right there. Yeah, that's M75. Oh, wow. Look at this. M32. That needs to be warned. 70 mile per hour winds at 1,300 feet off the ground. That actually needs to be warned. That's crazy. I haven't seen anything like this, but if you are in Boyne Falls, Elmira, Elba, Bel Air, you guys need to be taking shelter now. No warning on this. It just confirmed that 44 mile per hour report from Charlevoix. If you live anywhere in here, please let us know what you're seeing. Brian's in here from Bel Air. Yeah, if you know anybody living in Antrim, Charlevoix, especially Otsego County, this is heading straight for Vanderbilt, Elmira, Gaylord, Oak Grove, Otsego Lake. These are very populated areas of northern Michigan. Please let them know immediately. We are tracking this line of 60 to 70 mile per hour winds directly over Boyne City, East Jordan, unwarned right now across northern Michigan. This is... Yeah, there's another power outage coming in along M32 right now, just to the southeast of East Jordan. So right there, right on the corner. So right underneath exactly where that 70 mile per hour wind gust is at. So, holy cow. Oh, more power outages coming in now. Hitting Boyne City, heading for Boyne Falls. Ryan, if you're watching right now, please post something on the page. Nine and 10 does not issue the warnings. All warnings are facilitated by the local National Weather Service offices. The National Weather Service office is actually right here in Otsego Lake, so this is heading straight for them as well. And we are also running on not only no severe thunderstorm warnings, but these are 6-minute scans. Another big power outage just came in from Ellsworth over to Eastport. So that's going to be right here. This section here just lost power. And now we have power outages coming in from Boyne City. Boyne Falls, this is on your doorstep right now. So if you're at Boyne Mountain, this is already on top of you. Elmira, this is going to be about 2 minutes away. Elba, 2 minutes away. This thing is rolling quickly to the southeast. If there was a warning on this, I would be able to tell you how fast this is moving, but unfortunately I do not. I can try and do a storm motion vector here real quick, and I'm actually going to do that. So front edge, place marker to this. Storm motion from vector. Actually, I have no idea. Oh, that ruined it. What happened? It got all inverted. Oops, I might have just ruined it. Oopsie. 59 knots, so it's moving 65 miles per hour actually. That's what it was. Spotter reported 52 in Boyne City. Thank you, Mike. That actually helps us very much. And I'm surprised there's no special weather statement on this, actually. A lot of outages coming in now from Boyne City and East Jordan. And it's gonna hit a couple. It's gonna hit a section here where there's not consumers' energy locations here. But yeah, no warning on this right now. You can tell just looking at this is your velocity scan. So for those who don't know what you're looking at right now, this is velocity radar. Greens are inbound winds to the radar site. The brighter the greens, the higher the winds. We're so bright right now, we're in the dark blues. This pixel right here specifically is 69 miles per hour at about 1,300 feet off the ground. So it is a little elevated up, so it could be overdone just a tad bit. But it is close enough to the ground where at least a special weather statement would probably be worthy of this storm right here. Especially given that we're seeing power outages rolling in. Look at the comments here. Yeah, southeast. It's moving southeast at 65, roughly speaking. 59 knots is approximately 65 miles per hour. Yeah, red in the middle is winds moving away from the radar, so it's kind of a period of a lull. Okay, new scan coming in right now. Again, these are 6-minute scans right now, which is less than ideal, with no warning as it's heading right for the National Weather Service office and downtown Gaylord. By now, I would imagine the next update is going to be pretty much on top of Elmira. We'll have to see. Green is winds towards the radar site, and red is winds moving away. But right now we're just focusing on the greens. The reds really don't mean anything right now. Petoskey, hailing, thundering, and lightning. Thank you very much for that report. We'll have to see. We're going to be tracking this for a while now. We can see when you switch it over to our base reflectivity, some of this is already transitioning over to freezing rain as well. Otherwise, this is quite the gusty wind in front of it. There's an update. Wow. That is still, that's 71 miles per hour at 1,000 feet off the ground. No warning on it. Are we getting a special weather statement finally? No, it's not a derecho. A derecho would be like a long-term, like 300-mile swath of damaging winds, so it would have to extend all the way back into like the UP essentially. This is just a localized area of damaging wind pockets, or a damaging wind pocket, I should say. And this is heading right for downtown Gaylord. Monir, please do not spam on Facebook. If you do, you will be muted. As your formal warning. Yeah, thank you, Don, for the heads up. And again, warnings are issued by the National Weather Service offices. The actual sirens being sounded are a county by county, township by township basis. And they can also issue them for certain different things. So sometimes for damaging winds, sometimes for or usually for tornadoes, but sometimes for damaging winds as well. This is heading right over US 131 right now. About to cross M32, or it's going down M32 right now. Into Elmira. M-Y-R-A is how you pronounce it, yeah. Alba as well. Alba Highway. Thank you guys for subscribing. Appreciate you following along as well. We do this all year round. So for those who are just tuning in, this is what we do. We cover from beginning to end is our motto. We even cover when there's not severe storms going, or like if we feel that there's not going to be, or English is hard right now. If we feel that the storms may continue as severe later on, we will just continue the live stream and just chat. So this is in northern Michigan. If you zoom out, here's the entire Lower Peninsula. You can see some fog actually rolling in right now for portions off of the lake for portions of central Michigan. See all those low visibilities, 0.75, 0.2, down to a quarter mile outside my apartment right now. I haven't even looked outside, but the main worry right now is this line of damaging winds. We just got a 52 mile per hour report in from a train spotter in Boyne City, which I know somebody reported in chat here. Do we have a special? I don't see the special weather statement on here. It hasn't popped up. It must be taking a while. Oh yeah, it's on here. It's a huge area. There it is. I was waiting for it. There's your special weather statement. This is now in effect until 11:45 p.m. 10:32, Doppler radar was tracking a cluster of thunderstorms along a line extending from near Reasoner's Corner to Glen Arbor. Movement was east at 55 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 50 in pea-sized hail are possible. Radar indicated gusty winds could knock down tree limbs, blow around unsecure objects. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. Locations impacted: Torch Lake, Spar, Northport, Thompson's Harbor State Park, Gaylord, Lake Leelanau, Bismuth Township, Cedar, Harbor Springs, Ironton, Mansalona, Burt Lake, Walloon Lake, Metz, Boyne City, Fouch, the town of Hubbard Lake, Sutton's Bay, Alpena, and Alden. In effect until 11:45 p.m. The live stream continues on. Feel free to like the stream if you haven't already. We're going to be here for a little bit as these storms roll across. A couple more power outages coming in from East Jordan still. Otherwise, I've not seen too many more pop up yet. Just waiting and watching here. We are getting close to late night crew, but because we are in semi-severe ops right now, we are going to pay attention to that. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do with 6-minute scans. But you can see the progress of this. This rolled right off the lake. 44 mile per hour wind gusts in Charlevoix. rolled into Boyne City, producing 50-mile-per-hour winds and some power outages. This is now over Elmira, Elba, heading into downtown Gaylord. That's actually your latest update right there. There's your new update. This is now close to the ground. 72 miles per hour at 650 feet off the ground. Wow. And you also have the secondary kind of bit right behind it too. Yeah, right here. So you have 1 and 2 back to back. So just because the first one's done doesn't mean you're out of it. You have the secondary line right here with winds up to 45 there. And feel free to share with your northern lower friends. We're going to be live for a little bit here as this continues to roll across the M32 region as it rolls into Vanderbilt and Gaylord as we speak on your doorstep. If you are in Gaylord and listening right now, your time to take shelter is now. This will be in Gaylord in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Vanderbilt there in the next 2 minutes. Oak Grove, Otsego Lake, you got about 10 to 15. I'm getting hungry. But if I eat anything, it's going to trigger a severe warning. So, which honestly might be for the best if this is actually 70-mile-per-hour winds at 600 feet off the ground. Family Traverse City is going to hit there. Traverse City is not in the special weather statement. We are watching this line of storms start to slowly sag south. We actually had a 47-mile-per-hour wind gust in northern Leelanau County near Leland. As you can see, this if I loop it, this line is starting to sag a little bit south. But right now, the strongest of winds are currently right here, entering Gaylord in the next 5 minutes. So the scans right now on any normal day are usually about, if it's a non-precip day, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. So it's a little surprising with winds like this that the scans are not quicker. But here we are. Gaylord is now about 3 minutes away. If I had to estimate, again with 6-minute scans, it's kind of just a it's just a guess. But if you estimate it, the scan was at 10:39. So it was about 5 minutes ago. Estimating the length, yeah, it's about in downtown right now. So this is the radar that I'm using is GR2. So Gibson Ridge Analyst 2, version 3 actually. It's quite a hefty penny, but it's a one-time buy. This is the velocity radar currently shown. Custom color table as well, you can change them up. I like this one because of the blues once it gets to severe level winds. This is what is rolling through Gaylord, damaging winds perhaps upwards of 60 miles per hour, which would be severe. The special weather statement is in effect for winds up to 50. But we are currently seeing winds at 72 miles per hour, about 650 feet off the ground, which is very, very close to the ground. I would not be surprised if they do go warned with this here soon. So if you're in Gaylord, you should be hunkering down right now. Oak Grove, Vanderbilt as well. Otsego Lake is going to be close to you in 5 minutes. Well, this action probably won't get down to us here in Mount Pleasant this evening. This will kind of wiggle back and forth throughout the night across portions of northern Michigan, pretty much north of Cadillac and Roscommon. But we'll see. We'll be up for a little bit. A gust of 40 miles per hour in Traverse City just a couple minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So it is gusty there in Traverse City right now. Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for that report. So it was a little bit inflated, just barely, but this is still, zoom in here, 58 miles per hour at 240 feet off the ground, which is pretty much the same height that the tower is at, where the radar is centered right here. So about 5 or 6 stories off the ground, it's 240, or sorry, 5 or 6 feet off the ground, it's about 60 mile per hour winds right now, which is right on the edge of severe threshold. There's actually 62 right in here at 330. It's very borderline. Checking frequently for the power outage map. Nothing's coming in. Well, there's really no difference between 50 and 60 mile per hour winds. Either way you look at it, it's going to be doing some damage. So whether or not it's severe warned or not, you should be taking shelter. It's over Vanderbilt right now. Elmira, you have round 2 coming in right now for Elmira. Back-to-back bands here. I need to switch this out of freezing rain mode. We kind of know what's going on there. So you have the front. So if I line up the square in the middle, the front of this band here is gust front 1. The front of this band here is gust front 2, essentially. We did actually just get a half-inch hail report from Boyne City just now as well. Thank you for that hail report for whoever's out there tonight. You can send in any hail damage, wind damage, ice damage reports to our Michigan Weather Reports Facebook community group. It's there. And if you haven't heard it enough already, we have a Discord. Our Discord channel is discord.gg/Michigan Storm Chasers. We have a channel for damage and other reports that you can send in, so feel free to utilize it. I'm actually going to check it right now just to see. Okay, no damage yet. So back to the radar here. This is over Gaylord right now. Otsego Lake, you're next. Gaylord now has heavy winds. Thank you for the report. We have Ryan in the background right now, taking some of your reports and relaying information. Just double checking, making sure there's nothing else going on downstate right now, which there's not. We had a gust to 51 at the Boyne Falls Airport just recently. You see this pink arrow here. It says 51 at the end of it. It's a 51 mile per hour report. So that is verifying rather well the special weather statement. Shout out to National Weather Service, Gaylord, where credit is due on getting that special weather statement out. It is something. 34 right now in Boyne Falls, by the way. I saw there's somebody in here from Boyne City saying it keeps going from cold to warm to cold to warm. Welcome to Michigan in the spring. We do have some connections with the National Weather Service offices. Not many. But the Michigan Weather Reports Facebook community group on Facebook is open for all. And so they can just join with their personal or main accounts if they wanted to and get the reports from there. So again, highly recommend. It's the best public source. Again, that's Michigan Weather Reports on Facebook. Manistee tonight. A little bit of rain moving in right now. Right now it says there's a thunderstorm in the area, gusting to 37, so pretty windy. Thank you guys for subscribing on YouTube. We are on our way to 35K is the goal. We are still about 1,500 away. The reason why 35K is such a goal is because you guys get to see me dance once we hit that, so feel free to hit that subscribe button if you want to see me dance at some point. Also, if you become a subscriber on YouTube, you have a chance at getting a gifted membership, which we or some of our generous donators here at MSC like to give away from time to time. And again, that lasts for 30 days if you do get one. So, subscribing is free to do, and you could get a gifted membership. Go ahead and loop this again here. That's not going to do much. Need a new scan. Should be rolling in here in just a second. Checking the comments here. Crazy consistent strong gusts through Antrim County. Thank you for that report. Prideful Karma says, appreciate you all for what you do. We're happy to do it. Somebody's got to be looking out for the weather 24/7, 365. If no one else is, then we will. So that's why we're here. Ryan, if you're listening, gotta take a bathroom break here soon. If you wanna, if you have the ability to jump on, that would be great. If not, no worries. He's a good dancer. I've seen him dance before. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've danced. We obviously in the off season, it's harder to get followers on our YouTube channel, but we did hit 30K somewhere. I think it was over winter break, and then 25K was pretty much last summer. So it's been a while since I've danced, but it's coming up soon. Otsego Lake is, yeah, right there. Don't have the ability. Okay. That's okay. I will go until I can't. Wow. Look at that next scan. It just went boom. Completely collapsed on itself. That's crazy. But it's also, sorry, yawning. Switching over to winds moving away from the radar, which means you'll get really bright reds here soon. Actually, this gust front goes all the way down into Wexford County. I just noticed that. You can see it here. So if you live from Cadillac over to Missaukee into Kalkaska County, into Crawford, into Otsego County, obviously, there's your gust front right here. This is going to be winds up to 40 miles per hour along this gust front. So if it randomly gets windy here, across portions of Grand Traverse, Kalkaska, Wexford, Missaukee, Crawford County, even Roscommon County here down the road, That is this gust front here. Not really associated with any showers per se, but you can see it on your velocity radar. There's a nice little thin distinct line there. It kind of extends down from the gust that we had with this thunderstorm here. Yeah, they have NWS chat. We've applied for that before. We got denied, so we wish, but no dice. It's okay. Welcome to Michigan Angel. Sorry to hear about your house. Welcome to becoming. You're officially a Michigander, though. We have a lot of crazy weather to be thrown our way, and throw your way, I should say. So this is just part one of a lot to come. So welcome to the state. Here's your base reflectivity radar once again. Intensity of rain moving across the state is intense. A lot of reds, a lot of pinks out there. Think of some heavier droplets, perhaps some heavy sleet mixing in with some freezing rain. Just a lot going on out there tonight. If you switch it over to our precipitation type, you can see a lot of that normal rain is switching over to these kind of reddish pinks. That is going to be your freezing rain accumulation. Again, ice storm warnings just recently added for Emmett, Sheboygan, Presque Isle counties. Upgraded from a winter weather advisory literally like an hour and a half ago now. So it was a late addition, but there is reason to believe that the ice will make it a little bit further south this evening. When they released the warnings and advisories this morning, it was after when alerts, the models shifted north, and so they issued the alerts based on that, and they shifted back south since. So reason being, extreme northern lower is in an ice storm warning now. We call it the tip of the mitt. Sorry, you're not supposed to yawn. My bad, y'all. It's getting late. MSC after dark. Quick fun fact, it's 46 in Elma right now and 68 in Ionia. That's a 22-degree difference in the span of about 25 miles as the crow flies. 30 miles maybe. Just thinking about my drive up to CMU. About 30 miles difference there, and it's a 22-degree difference. That wind, you could definitely tell, is screaming off of Lake Huron tonight, with fog included. So, quite intense. And Manistee is in some rain possibilities for tonight. 45 there now, Manistee. Really no storms to really talk about tonight for anywhere south of really Tri-Cities, Big Rapids, Thumb. But we could see some pick up again tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. We are in a general thunderstorm risk for tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center. We ourselves did not release a map tomorrow because it is just general thunderstorm risk. We're mainly focusing on Sunday, which right now is going to be a severe weather day here across pretty much the entirety of the Lower Peninsula. I graduated in 2018 from Lowell. Scott paying it forward, being very generous here tonight. Thank you, Scott. For those who are subscribed on our YouTube channel, again, free to do. Check your accounts. You may have just been gifted a 30-day membership courtesy of Scott. So thank you, Scott. You are awesome. Montmorency County, I'm sorry to say, but you guys are going to be in the thick of it for a while overnight. Through at least probably the noon hour tomorrow, off and on. If we go back here into Wisconsin, this is just a lot of, ooh boy, a lot of rain streaming into the same areas. Go up to Marquette. Some of this will fill in throughout the night as well, so this is just going to be off and on rain throughout the night. Long night ahead. Again, it is only 11 o'clock. We do expect a lot more freezing rain to accumulate between now and especially the 8 a.m. time frame tomorrow. Starts fizzling out by 8 a.m. Completely fizzles out by probably that 12 to 1 time frame. And it's going to be a little bit sooner the further west you are as well. So a little bit. Just got to hunker down tonight there if you are living in northern lower. Don't fret. No tornadoes tonight in Michigan. Tornado threat for Sunday is definitely a possibility. We are watching that closely. If you missed our live briefing tonight, you can go back and watch that on our YouTube or Facebook page. It's there. It's in our archives. So just scroll back on the page. Oh, we're in for pain here in the UP. You could say that. We hope it's not painful. We hope that you get through as stress-free as possible. But there will be some branches gone from the trees around you by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, especially with ice accretion amounts of 0.25 and higher. Tornado threats mainly for Sunday is going to be really anywhere south of US 10 is going to be your best bet, especially right now south of 94, although we do have the 3% range, which covers from 3% to 9.9%, but we call it the 3% range, all the way up to the 96-69 corridor, even points north, probably closer to the M46 region. So again, those maps are freely available on our Facebook page. You can check them out there. I scroll back a little bit, or you can see them in our live stream from earlier as well. Tornado Northern Antrim. It was not a... Northern Antrim is going to be Central Lake, East Jordan. So East Jordan, Southeast Jordan. So that's going to be...
Hey, Joel.
What's up?
How are you?
Is that Chandler?
It is.
Which camera are you on here?
It'll be the computer one momentarily. I was having problems with my computer Discord, so I wanted to restart that real quick.
Gotcha. Okay. Someone here in chat says overheard on pages stating tornado Northern Antrim County could have been just straight line wind. It was probably a straight line wind. We'd not see any rotation on radar here. There's quite a few power outages. Specifically, it's one from Ellsworth over to Eastport. I'm looking at on consumers. But yeah, no tornadoes. This environment was not favorable for tornadoes there tonight in northern Michigan, but definitely a quick segment of damaging winds, and mixed in with some sleet and some hail. Again, we had a 52 mile per hour report at Boyne City and a 51 mile per hour report at Boyne Falls and a 44 mile per hour report at Charlevoix. As I speak over myself here, we actually just had a 42 mile per hour report come in from the Gaylord Regional Airport, which is just up the road from the National Weather Service office in Gaylord itself, or Otsego Lake. So Gaylord here, freezing rain, winds starting to pick up, thunder and lightning all being seen. That is a mixed bag and a half for sure. But yes, Chandler is in here. Summer says, "Who let you out?"
My video camera should be on now, Joel.
Okay.
For the computer.
I have you in my cam. Let me double check to make sure it's on. The link should start with a capital U.
Let's look here. Yep. Sorry, I don't mean to be throwing a wrench in the operations here.
No, you're good. I'm just not seeing you right now. Oh, there we go. I just
Hooray.
had to refresh it, I think.
Yep.
So we got Chandler in here. We'll get him a green screen at some point so he can blend into the background, right?
My office walls are painted green, so
There we go. Don't even need a green screen.
don't even need a green screen.
Pea-sized hail, freezing rain, lightning, and 55-mile-per-hour winds in Gaylord right now. Thank you, Rona, for that report. A lot of people watching from Gaylord right now. Almost severe winds. You can see that very powerful line of gusty winds moving into Grayling, Lovells, Lewiston, Atlanta right now. So crossing into going through Montmorency County and Crawford County. It extends all the way down into northern Missaukee County and southern Kalkaska County. Oscoda County is entering your northwest corner right now. Mio heading your way in probably the next 10 to 15 minutes. So it's a gusty one out there tonight.
Do you need a couple minutes, Joel?
Yeah, that'd be great. Do you have your radar pulled up too if you want to go live with it? Otherwise, I can just leave mine on. It's no big deal.
No, just leave yours on the way it is,
Okay.
and then just make sure the comments are going to auto refresh, and stay live the whole time because I can keep up with them, but I don't have a way to see them on my end here.
I pull my stream in. I'm on Discord right now.
Yeah.
I'm sharing my
Right.
streaming
Yeah, I'm
comments.
watching the stream on Discord.
Okay,
But
so-
like I meant besides that, I don't have a way to read comments
okay, but the
unless I went on
you can
both platforms at once.
As I say, you can see the comments on Discord. So
Yes, I do see them.
perfect. Sweet.
Yeah, if you need a couple minutes, dude, I got you. Just
Okay.
keep it all the way down at the bottom, and if you want to switch it back to the regular DBZ radar.
Yep. Actually, should I go dual panel maybe? Is that
You can
is
if
that-
you want to.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. It's the one on the left right now is your precipitation type, so your precipitation depiction.
Right.
So yeah,
Yep.
that's a lot of freezing rain. So okay, I
The
will.
mixed precipitation, as it were, freezing rain, sleet, you name it.
Mhm.
I
A lot
need
of
to
comments asking about
switch.
Manistee before I head off here. Again, Manistee tonight's going to be pretty much cold rain. It's going to be just to the south of, I think, where that freezing line is going to be, so you guys should be pretty stress-free. At most, a light freezing drizzle, but nothing like ice storm worthy. So hopefully that helps out for our couple Manistee viewers in here. And I will be back in a couple minutes.
They're still going to be able to hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm keeping this cam.
Sweet. Just wanted to make sure. So, all right, you guys. Just me now. Keep it all PG-13 up there. Is there just wind in Grayling? So we've just got one view of the radar right now. I don't have any control over that, but as we get down to the Grayling area there, there's going to be some light precipitation moving in here in the next 5 to 15 minutes or so. Could be a mix of precipitation, could be just rain. On radar, it looks like just rain, at least what I can see. Good amount of lightning with these here tonight. We got ice storm warnings in effect as well for up north. Summer, the kitties are good. Kitties are good. They're always good. Bridge site says still open, but the ice is starting to build. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me to see the bridge potentially close down later tonight. The radar image that you're seeing right now is current. Yes. Yep. that is currently right now. So on the left side, you can see the precipitation types there where you see those green and yellows and heavier reds. That's where the heavier precipitation is, and where you see those big blotches of red, that's where that mixed precipitation type is. So it could be freezing rain, could be snow, could be sleet, could be a mixed precipitation, you name it. Appreciate you watching from Charlevoix. We're looking to add a camera up there pretty soon in that area. So hopefully we can get one of those soon up there. On the right side, right here, sorry, I gotta go this way. Right here, there is the precipitation, I'm sorry, not precipitation, the wind depiction there. So where you have those brighter colors, we have a little bit of stronger winds. Where you have the softer colors, a little bit less of wind. Looking at the winds over here, I don't see anything that's major at this point in time, which is good. The winds have calmed down a little bit since before. Bridge cam shows it's empty of traffic. It's good. It's good right now. Lightning Thunder putting on a show. Gotta love it, right? We're back for springtime in Michigan. So yeah, I wouldn't be on the bridge either. Wouldn't be the place that I would be. Between Gaylord and Grayling area, it should be starting to pick up here a little bit soon. That Frederick, Otsego Lake area, there's a small band of precipitation moving in now, and then within the next 30 to 45 minutes, that main band will be moving through there too.
Hello.
Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. There's a stink bug walking on my computer.
You had to tell me that.
Welcome to the stream.
Thanks.
I obviously don't have any way to add your camera or anything to the stream.
You can keep me behind the curtain like I'm Oz.
Well, the good thing is nobody knows who you are.
Perfect. That's just the way I like it.
Rough idea on the Petoskey area. Again, I think the worst is going to be through there. Now we're going to be seeing that change over to a mixed precipitation or snow or ice, depending on how the atmospheric conditions set up through the rest of the night here. But the heaviest precipitation for now is through that area right now.
I don't know
Again,
if we caught this. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, again, on the left side of the screen, we're seeing the precipitation depiction. Those big blotches of red indicate an area of mixed precipitation. Could be snow, could be sleet, could be freezing rain, could be all of the above. Take your pick. Again, we could know some... if you guys send us a report to our Facebook page, send us a DM or in our Facebook group that we have just for storm reports. I don't know if one of the mods can tag that report group in the chat for us. That would be awesome. What were you going to say, Ryan? You didn't know if we caught what?
I was just going to point out there's a ginormous special weather statement that got issued.
There is. Big old blanket special weather statement.
I just sat down, so if that was already talked about, I must have missed it. This is news to me.
It was on when I got on, so.
Okay.
East Jordan right now, again, I think probably the worst is going to be through that area. Pretty much right now, you might have a little bit more lightning and thunder and some heavier winds still, but the bulk of the precipitation is through there already, which is good. Little redhead, what up? Ryan is always John Cena. Yes. Make sure you call him that from now on.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
I'm back. Chandler's lagging.
Tell me something I don't know.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. I can't remember. I think we talked about that big old special weather statement already.
Gotcha.
So I responded to all the comments that came through for the most part. So
Perfect. Is there a tornado? There are no tornadoes tonight.
yeah, no tornadoes. No. If you're good to carry on, Joel, then since I'm lagging already, I was gonna just bounce on out of here. Ryan's behind the scenes right now too.
Okay.
If you need anything, but if you're good or if you need a couple more minutes, I'm happy to cover for you.
Oh, I should be good.
Cool. If you need anything else, just holler.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you guys later. Everybody stay safe out there.
Everybody say bye to Chandler.
You'll see me again. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
Maybe not tonight, but you'll see me again.
for sure. All right. Ryan's behind the scenes, but is his camera active? He is.
Yes!
He is active. He was waiting.
What's up?
Oh, not much. Just everything at the same time. Freezing rain, sleet, you name it.
I couldn't help but notice, Joel, that we are in the late night crew hours.
We are really past that 11 o'clock time frame.
11:16 your current time out there, about to turn 11:17. If you're not watching at that time, refresh the stream, restart it, catch back up with us. We're live here. Probably be live for the next couple of maybe an hour or so, I have to guess, Joel, as this entire line is now statemented for 50-mile-per-hour winds as well as pea-size hail. So that includes anywhere from the Presque Isle,
Presque Eel.
whatever that is, Alpena, Osinki, Ossinik, butcher
It's
these names.
Osneek.
Long Rapids, Hillman, Avery, Otsego Lake, Mansalona. And I hop on here and I butcher all these names, so I apologize. But yeah, 50-mile-per-hour gusts up there. I have all the data pulled up behind the scenes here, monitoring power outages and things like that. We got to 5,900 people out of power, and then that is now back down to 5,600. So still about 6,000 or so out of power across 3 counties. It's going to be Charlevoix, the most 3,000. Antrim has about 1,000. And then Leelanau has about 1,500 as well. So as that line came on shore, it did produce what appeared to be damaging wind gusts. Then those weakened quite rapidly after they moved on to land from Lake Michigan.
We also do have some power outages starting to come in from Sheboygan County, likely due to ice near Burt Lake and Mullet Lake, near the Silver Beach area. And actually, we just had a report come in from Pellston of 0.25 inches of freezing rain accumulation already.
That's not good.
And again, this is in Emmett County, which is in northern Lower Michigan, which was just issued under an ice storm warning literally about 90 minutes ago. And we have a long night ahead. It is possible that some of these locations see well over a half inch of freezing rain accumulation by the morning hours. Yeah, honestly, Ryan, it might be worth the post, especially with a mesoscale discussion now out for the UP. They're calling for freezing rain accumulation rates of now 1/10 of an inch per hour throughout the overnight period for much of the Upper Peninsula.
I should have stayed behind the scenes, shouldn't I?
I mean, I can take your camera back off and you can just speak.
That'd be honestly fine by me. I'm keeping an eye on a ton of things over here. I will also say, I don't know if this is valid or not, but there is a 62-mile-per-hour gust at the Grand Traverse Lighthouse. So I don't know if that's valid with that first line that came on shore, but that's the highest I've seen. But yeah, if you want to take me off, you already did take me off. I'll stay back here. I'll mute myself, and I'll chime in if I have anything.
Okay, sounds good. The floating hat is good. They're saying you were a floating hat. Oh, is it because of the John Cena jokes from earlier? I get it. You're muted, by the way.
Never take my camera feed again without warning me.
Sorry. All right, I'll take you off then.
I was about to start eating, so.
That would have been a sight.
I'm actually gonna turn my camera off just so you don't mess with me.
Okay. Hail in Hillman. Freezing rain, pretty crazy here at times. Bike is going to be ice cycle by morning. That's a great one, right? The great pun there. Windy here in Traverse City. Dawn says if you haven't done so already, please smash that like button. Thank you, Dawn, for the reminder. The like button and the follow button work just the same. Thank you guys very much for those who have done it so far. If you're a Michigander and haven't done so, I will ask, what are you waiting for? We are live for every single severe event in the state of Michigan, and sometimes when the weather is not severe but it's worth mentioning, we will stay live, and that is what we're doing tonight as an ice storm takes place across the UP and now portions of northern lower Michigan, where we've seen a 1/4 of an inch of ice already now fall in Pellston in Emmett County. Bad night for motorcycles. If that ain't the truth. Combo of snow and ice now. Windy here in Manistee. Hear my siding flapping against the house. They are still gusting to at least 20 miles per hour there. You have, again, some rain moving in. But the heaviest of rain is still off to your north by a long shot. I'm looking back over here across the lake in Green Bay. You do have a lot more rain coming in tonight. Multiple bands. This is starting to look like an all-nighter for us here. The way these cells are training, and still could be hailing throughout the overnight period.
We'll also just say we do have numerous outages still coming in. We're back up to about 6,000 out of power. Mainly still across Charlevoix County, but as Joel mentioned, Sheboygan, now Emmett County, is reporting outages coming in. So that is likely due to ice at this point, rather than wind.
Yeah, if you look at the radar, actually I have to go back to Gaylord here. A lot of the wind is kind of dying down now. The gust fronts are now all the way over here in central Oscoda, east side Montmorency, southern Presque Isle, and now entering Alpena County at this current time. So these winds have gone from Menominee County at 9:30 to pretty much the entire way across the northern lower peninsula in the span of almost 2 hours. So this has moved quick. That's a good 60 mile per hour clip on average there. Yeah, the report came in from Pellston Airport, it looks like. And again, this is just round one. We do have round two coming tomorrow night into Sunday, which could produce similar, if not more, of the same thing. Ice totals over 1/4 of an inch.
So yeah, speaking of Saturday night, we also have that severe threat on Sunday, and the latest model guidance tonight does continue that trend toward a severe threat Sunday afternoon. We'll have to update our forecast for that tomorrow, or yeah, it's still tomorrow. I thought it was past midnight, but yes, it is. It is not. So we will be updating our forecast, and yes, do expect a severe threat as well as potential for more icing further north.
Yeah, we're now 31 in Rogers City. We don't have a report from, I thought we had a report from the Gaylord Otsego Lake area, maybe not. It's 34 in Boyne Falls, 32 near Petoskey, 31 in Pellston, 32 Sheboygan. So it's it's hovering right around freezing. If we can get maybe up to 33, that'll help melt some of that ice. But as of right now, no relief. As you can see, that 0.25 symbol is still there. I don't see any more freezing rain reports from across the UP, but that is probably due to the lack of population up there. So if you do live in the UP and want to measure freezing rain accumulation, or accretion, I guess you could call it, we did have a guide out yesterday, but I can tell you right now the best way to measure freezing rain, just off the top of my head, get a branch. You measure from the edge of one side. You kind of have to eyeball it. Edge of one side of the branch up to the top of the ice, and then exactly on the other end, the bottom edge to the bottom of that ice. Take the two total values, add them together, divide by 2, get your average, and that's your total ice accretion amount that you'll get. So if both sides happen to be a half an inch of ice on them, then you divide that, or you add it up and divide it by 2, and still get 0.5. Joel is the Wizard of Isabella County. Thank you. Sunday threat mostly around the lower part of the state. The answer is, for the most part, yes. But we do have a severe risk that goes all the way up to the Straits of Mackinac, primarily for a hail risk on that day.
Hey, Joel.
Yes.
Go ahead and take my screen here. I want to kind of point something out. Our Ionia camera. If you look closely, it is snowing, sleeting, raining, something. Can't tell.
Well, it shouldn't because it's 68 degrees, but bugs maybe. If that was snow, we would be a little bit concerned. But it is 68 in Ionia right now. I would imagine it's gotta be like bugs or something. I'm not seeing any rain on the radar anywhere near Ionia right now. This is what happened. This goes to show you get one day of temperatures, the high 60s, low 70s, and the bugs just come swarming out. And I know in Ionia, next to the Grand River there, they're definitely hatching. So, speaking from existence living in Ionia County, that is definitely the case. Brandon says, wind dropped a tree on my neighbor's pole barn. Absolutely insane winds in Traverse City. Hopefully they're all right. Thank you for that report, Brandon. Definitely not UFOs, yeah. Our cameras are so powerful, they pick up the most minuscule of things. Ryan has said before, almost too powerful. Y'all are lucky if you're hearing the spring peepers. I'm up here in Mount Pleasant. It got to like 55 today, but it's down to 44 now with fog outside. I have not looked outside yet, but it is apparently foggy out here. I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh yeah, it looks like Silent Hill out there right now.
I don't know what's happening to me, but my microphone just died. I was actually talking about Harbor Beach Camp. Take my camera back, or take my screen back for the fog. There's Harbor Beach.
Wow.
There should be a lake right there, and there's not. It's just complete fog. Crazy.
Ryan, if you can see, actually I don't have my radar up, but if I take my radar back,
Go for it.
you can see with the MEDAR stations, the wind is out of the northeast, so it's blowing in off of the lake, and you can see within like a 30-mile radius of downwind of the lake, look at all these purple low visibility reports: 1 mile, half a mile, quarter of a mile, quarter of a mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, and then you get like 40 miles away, and it's winds out of the southwest with 10-mile visibility. So quite the difference just overall tonight of what's happening across Michigan. You have 32 in freezing rain up here. You have 44 in fog off the lake here. And then you have a southwest wind and 68 and 70 still in Grand Rapids. It's crazy what's going on out there tonight. And then you have snow up here in the UP along with some sleet and mixed freezing rain. So Mother Nature is off her rocker on a night like tonight. And we are here tracking it for you guys, even though there's no severe warnings. But we are watching a line of training cells that could produce some, perhaps some severe hail overnight. And we'll be up for a while, most likely. So feel free to share the stream, like it, come hang out, have your friends and family come hang out with us all. We're pretty cool people. Ryan's in the background, but he's here too.
I like to be the man behind the curtain. Call me Oz.
We are Michigan, and we will fog.
Go ahead and take my screen back. We have a nice cloud feature here in Ionia. Top left of your screen. Looks like some sort of alto cumulus, perhaps.
I was just about to say that. That looks
Something.
Alto Cirrus or something, yeah.
It's kind of crazy going around the state, too. We go to that Burton, for example, and we're clear, dry. We go to Dearborn, completely clear. And we go to Harbor Beach, where you can't see a single thing.
And when we get more cameras, there'll be a lot more wildness.
Oh, yeah. I'll leave it right here in this cam. If you want to switch back and forth, go for it. But I'm going to go back on radar here. Want to point out, we do have an area just to the west of the Gaylord radar of perhaps some, maybe some smaller to medium-sized hail. I don't see that supported by the CC, which would show us perhaps some bigger hailstones. The VIL is pretty weak in nature as well, but heavier hail cores potentially just to the east of Alba, moving into Antrim County, as well as over Mansalona.
You say the east or west of Gaylord?
West of the
west.
Gaylord radar.
Gotcha.
2 pockets there of some heavier precip there. I don't see it being supported on CC, but
Updraft strength. Updraft strength is there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have a very tall storm coming in off Leelanau here soon. This one right here. ZDR is pretty powerful. Echo tops up towards 35,000 feet. See how that continues. But a lot of what's on CC tonight is also bright banding from freezing precipitation. So this is like pockets of sleet actually falling inside of the thunderstorm instead of hail or freezing rain in general. So there's a lot of craziness going on out there tonight that makes looking at each radar product just difficult.
Have some other wind gust reports coming in from Benzie County, 4 miles south of Empire, 46 mile per hour gust. That was the latest one. That was 1108. Back on that line that was moving through, we had a 42 mile per hour gust at Sutton's Bay. We had a 43 mile per hour gust at Northport, which is going to be, looks like Leelanau County as well.
Yeah, northern Leelanau.
Yep. So all those reports coming in, we did not have a single severe report. However, the power outages and the radar presentation would suggest we may have had brief damaging winds there when those when that line earlier came on shore. Looking at the power outage map, again, the heaviest concentration of power outages right now across Charlevoix Antrim, and Leelanau counties. Also have some in Emmett and Sheboygan starting to pile in as well. 5,941 people are without power via the poweroutage.us map, which compiles all of the sources in Michigan and puts it into one. There's also a ton of lightning out there. If in fact you go to the Facebook page, we just posted a video from one of Guardian's cameras that are set up in the Wolverine area. It was snowing / sleeting as well as lightning. That was posted about a half hour ago. Going back through on our Facebook page and marking everything that was posted earlier as outdated.
Just realized I was muted.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. I was just starting to speak about power outage that just came in for the Mansalona Elba area on the east side of 131, which is that storm that Ryan was just talking about there. This is heading for southern Otsego County and northern Crawford County, so Frederick, Grayling perhaps, and Otsego Lake here in the coming minutes.
I can't imagine that's due from wind. That's probably lightning and perhaps hail.
Probably. So as I said, the radar presentation doesn't look the greatest in terms of wind.
Trying to pin our stream and it's not letting me do it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Cool. Cool. If you guys have severe reports or videos of the weather ongoing, feel free to drop it in our group on Facebook known as Michigan Weather Reports. That is a group that we designed, is a public group. You can join it freely. You can post freely as well. Everything that you do post would go directly to us, and we can see that and relay that to either our chasers, NWS if we need to, and also to those of you watching. So feel free to utilize that group this year, not just tonight, but throughout the year. Anywhere in Michigan we have active weather, from severe weather, winter, dust storms, anything really that would be classified as weather, feel free to pop it in there as a report. Also damage is acceptable too. We lost Joel.
I'm here, sorry.
Legend has it, he's eating as well.
No, I'm not. I'm just behind the scenes answering a comment.
Joel also want to be John Cena. Yeah, that's what it appears like.
Hey now.
Copycat. We've now broke 6,000 people out of power, just barely. 6,022 people are now without power in Michigan. And again, those are all centered across northern, northwestern, lower. I see a couple in Mackinac County as well, but for the most part, centered around where that line came in about an hour ago and produced some gusty, perhaps damaging wind spots. I don't see anybody in Otsego out of power yet. Otsego County, should I say. That'd be the Gaylord area. Yeah, new scan coming in here on radar. Couldn't help but notice, though, I want to do this when I was away from my computer, but I can do it now. And that is, I believe we have some gifted memberships to give away before the end of the month. And I really don't want to do that Sunday if we're in severe coverage. I'd rather do that now and get it over with. So I'm going to check to make sure we still have some available, which I believe we do. And if we do, we'll give you guys a fair warning here, and we're going to gift these, whether it's 5 or 10 left. I believe we have at least 5. Nope, we have all 10. So if you are watching on YouTube, this is completely random, chosen by YouTube, not by us. But I click this button that says gift 5 memberships, and we're going to gift 5 memberships to somebody who is watching on YouTube and is subscribed to us here at Michigan Storm Chasers on YouTube. So we'll give it 4 minutes. We'll go 11:45 here. If you want to hop over from Facebook or Twitch or X, wherever you're watching from, hop over to YouTube, hit subscribe, and then also make sure you have gifted memberships turned on in your profile on YouTube. Go ahead and gift those out here. We'll do a round of 5, and we'll wait 2 minutes or so and do another round of 5. So if you guys want a chance at a membership, feel free to hop over to YouTube. Unfortunately, we can't do it on other platforms because other platforms aren't as cool as YouTube. But so yeah, 11:45, we'll go ahead and gift 5. We'll do another 5 at 11:50 or something like that.
And also subscribe so I can dance. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I see Megan's comment there on Facebook.
We're close to 33.5, so if we get like 15 more subscribers on YouTube, we'll hit that, and we'll be 1,500 away from 35K.
I believe we're going to have to go live again tomorrow for another briefing, back-to-back-to-back nights. 7 o'clock. It's going to be fun.
I think it's youtube.com/@MIStormChasers. That should work. Heavy freezing rain in Alpena. Action is picking up fast. Thank you for that report. It's the ground truth we love to see. If you guys are listening right now and living in northern Michigan, please also utilize that MPing app. It's free to download on your app store. You can just go right into your phone, select the precipitation type. Literally, that's all you have to do. You just go in, select precipitation type. If it's rain, freezing rain, snow, you name it. And you just press submit. Once it says, thank you for report, you're good. And it pops up on our end and the National Weather Service. This is National Weather Service's end as well. So very useful tool that you guys can use for reporting precipitation types. But as Ryan mentioned, we are about to give away some gifted memberships here for those who are subscribed on YouTube. All you have to have is a YouTube account, and then you can subscribe for free. And if you do get gifted, it is random, but it will be in effect for 30 days. And then if you do not want to up it on your own, it'll just cancel automatically. So a good way to test out some of the perks that we have here in Michigan Storm Chasers is my pretzels just fell on the floor. Darn it.
Was eating. Aha!
No, they were just on the table.
Uh-huh.
I
Sure.
was eating them earlier.
For those who are new here, every time that it seems like every time one of our staff begins to eat food,
I mentioned this earlier.
every time we eat food, something usually not always, but it's like a inside joke where we eat, something goes severe warned, or something happens in Michigan weather. All right, we're gonna get some memberships out here in another minute. So this is your and there we go, 11:45. So I'll give you about 20 more seconds here as a fair warning. We'll do another round at 11:50. We'll give 5 now. We'll give 5 in about 5 minutes. You got 10 more seconds. All right, I just pressed the button. 5 gift memberships go out. Ladybug 23. Danielle. Cece. Tiad. And Casey. Congratulations, guys, for getting memberships there. Appreciate your support. Welcome to the team. You know, a lot of you guys are petty, actually, because after I just gave that away, we lost 3 subscribers.
That's crazy.
You guys are petty. I say that lovingly.
But we give out memberships every single month, so no reason to unsubscribe.
Give away t-shirts to you guys, the memberships, and you still unsubscribe. Come on.
It's okay. We still love covering the weather for you guys. No worry.
We are 8 subscribers away. We were 5, and now we're 8 away from 33,500. We'll get 5 more coming up here in 5 minutes at 11:50. 4 minutes, actually.
We got transition over to freezing rain now reported in Gaylord. That does match up with what we're seeing on a radar here in the precipitation depiction. All this red here is estimated freezing rain falling. It's hovering around that 33-degree mark right now in Gaylord, and over there in Boyne Falls, where it says 34 right now. 32 in Alpena. Gusting to 29 miles per hour. And that is just straight freezing rain there. Light snow at the Sheboygan County Airport, 32 degrees. I have a tough time believing that, but everything's possible tonight. Gaylord has strong thunderstorm. Yeah, it's moving over Gaylord right now. I'm going to switch it back over into this mode, which is just the intensity of the actual precipitation that's falling. Anywhere where you see the reds and the pinks, as mentioned earlier, is your precipitation. Between heavy to light, lightest being the blues and the greens, heaviest being reds and pinks. So something to remember when you see these weather maps throughout the summer. This is the intensity of the rain that's falling. Sometimes hail, where you see the pinks. Gotta switch it over to CC radar to double check that, and there's really not much hail falling in there right now, so yeah. Correct, Summer. Day 2 becomes Sunday once we get to the midnight time frame. Technically, it gets released at about 2 a.m. But yeah, if you want to go by actual day, then Day 2 becomes the new Sunday. Or the new Day 2 becomes Sunday. That's what I meant to say. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead.
As of right now, Joel, what is your plan for these storms? I don't think anything looks concerning now. Do you want to stay on a while, or do you want to pop off and just monitor? Just curious what you're thinking.
Looking at the radar now between Gaylord and then back into Green Bay, I think we're catching a break here for a little bit, and because it's switching into the new day, so this is now going to be March 29th. It would be a good stopping point to stop now right before midnight once we get these YouTube memberships away, obviously.
Yes.
But once we get to midnight, we can stop it, and then if we do go live, it'll technically be March 29th coverage. It'll probably be the only coverage if we do go live for the day on Saturday unless something surprises us tomorrow, which doesn't appear to be the case, given that we're in the thunderstorm category. But yeah, I'm fine with cutting it here in about 5 to 10 minutes once we gift these memberships, which is going to be right about now. So last call for those who have a YouTube account and aren't subscribed on YouTube. This is your chance. And obviously you want to make sure that you have allow gifted memberships on as well for your YouTube account. So I don't know if any of our mods are still awake and in chat. If they want to put the instructions in there for it, that'd be great.
We just had a new SWS issued for that Otsego lake storm. Wind gusts up to 50 and pea-sized hail.
Okay.
And that's going to be again for Frederick, Lovells, Grayling, Luzerne, Mayo. That's all I'm seeing. Pretty rural area out here. Elise, thank you for becoming an EF0 member here on YouTube. Appreciate your support and welcome to the team. It is 11:51. Let's go ahead and gift those 5 other memberships if you don't mind. Go ahead and pop this back on. Our last 5 of the month. We try to do all 10 each month. It gives us the option to gift. So we try to stay on top of it and get these out to you guys. So we got Marcia, Deja, Liquid, Deb, and Shimiki. I'm too far away to read that, but congrats, guys. Again, those are free, nothing to you. If you wish to stick around, it'll be on you to renew those at the end of the month, or at the end of 30 days, should I say. As a member, you will get custom chat stickers as well as access to our videos first that we post on YouTube, and also exclusive live streams. We might do one for Sunday, depending on how that plays out. We do late night, kind of like watch parties, waiting for the new outlooks to be issued and kind of break it down there for you guys. So there are perks for being a member.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, Joel.
It's pronounced Mayo, like I-E-Y-E.
I'm gonna keep calling it Mio just so I can make you mad then.
No, you're gonna make everyone else in chat mad. Remember, we have a lot of people watching from Northern Michigan tonight, which we appreciate you guys. We don't have too many Northern Michigan people watch too often, but this event is hitting home for you guys tonight, so we're happy that you guys tuned in. For those who are new here, this is what we do all the time. Obviously, there's no severe warnings. Usually, we only cover when there are severe warnings, but every once in a while, when we believe that the weather is serious enough, I guess you could say, where it's borderline severe or things are happening where we need to be reporting it, we will stay live just to go over it. And that was the case tonight with the storms that actually ended up producing some winds as they rolled into Charlevoix. So I would have to imagine that no one else was live during that time, so we were hopefully able to get some heads up to some of your friends and family out there in the Charlevoix area, and then as it rolled into the Gaylord region. So
also just want to point out we have continued growing power outages, likely due to the ice accretion that's beginning. Now up to 6,608 people out of power. We are now getting reports out of Alpena. 130 people in Alpena County now out of power. Sheboygan now up to 360. Emmett 154. Charlevoix 2,869. Antrim 1,039. Leelanau 1,784. Nobody being reported in Montmorency or Otsego counties. We have 37 in Mackinac reporting out of power. So
yeah, I see a new power just popped up in Topinabe, which is in central Sheboygan County, kind of west central side there, right along Mullet Lake as well. So it looks like Mullet Lake's getting hit pretty hard tonight. Douglas Lake, a small power outage there, pretty close to the Pellston Regional Airport, right across the county line there in Sheboygan County. So yeah, there's your special weather statement, by the way, that just popped on the screen. These are updated every 5 minutes, so they do take a little bit to pop in. But that is for portions of Kalkaska, Crawford, and Oscoda counties. Again, this is in effect until 12:30 a.m., so about 35 minutes. And we did shout out our sponsors already in the stream, Ryan, just to let you know. Once again, our featured sponsor of the stream, though, today in our package was, if I can find it, Lifestyle Exteriors, based out of Lansing, Traverse City. Some of you guys may know them. For those who are watching from northern Michigan, they do cover the Lansing to Traverse City area, so portions of northern, lower, and central Michigan. Give them a call, 989-854-3055 is the number. If you have any roofing and construction projects coming up this summer, that's the number to call right there. Feel free to pause the stream and write it down. And we can't do it without our sponsors, so thank you to our sponsors as always. Strong winds, lightning still in Gaylord. It is going to be training over Gaylord for a while tonight for sure. Can sell after sell after sell, and then we have a bunch of rain back here in Wisconsin that we're watching. Again, we're going to hop off here in just a moment, take a break. It is going to be changing over to March 29th here in the Eastern Time Zone. Still an hour behind in the Central Time Zone, Menominee County, as well as Dickinson, Iron, and Gogabik. I butchered that even though I knew it was pronounced Gogabik.
Actually, according to Michigan.gov, it's Gogebic.
Or that.
11:57, Joel. I think we're about due to wrap things up.
Yep. Sounds good. Again, we do have that special alert statement out there. We'll keep an eye on it behind the scenes. If it goes warned, we will be back. We won't go anywhere. So, yeah, we will bid farewell. Do you want me to bring your camera on for a second?
Yeah, I'll turn myself back on here and let the people see my face, lovely face, before hop out of here. You can take me back. I'm full, or not full, but yeah, don't take me full, please. You can add me back. And his name is John Cena. I don't know how that happened or what the joke is about, but I'll just roll with it.
You don't know what John Cena's slogan is? It's "You can't see me."
I did not know that.
Wow.
I am not a big John Cena follower or fan.
I wasn't
even.
even. I knew the memes.
Yeah, I'm not hip with it. I'm pretty old school.
Ryan, this was like peak our childhood though. Remember do you remember dank memes?
The saying, or just
You just remember the
overall...
dank memes that we grew up with. Yeah, that was one of them.
Was it really? I gotta go
Pretty
back and
much,
look at
yeah.
that.
Sorry, we're flashing into our childhood real quick here. Growing up in the 2010s, early 2010s, late 2000s.
Crazy.
Yeah. Also, Bob in chat, you got me for a second. I thought I made a mistake, but I'm not. You made a mistake. He says that we spelled it out as lifestyle, and I looked. I had to do a double take, and we have it spelled out as lifestyle everywhere. So at least that's what I'm seeing. You just wanted us to display the ad one more time, didn't you? So shout out lifestyle. It is spelled correctly on the screen, unless I'm blind and I'm missing something.
There's an F in there for my eyes.
Okay.
I just had my eyes checked not like 2 weeks ago, and they are perfect. So
Quick, Joel, say Grand Traverse, please. Or is it Grand Traverse? Do people pronounce it that way?
all right, Michigan.gov. Here we go.
I've heard people pronounce it Grand Traverse before, so like they're traversing things. But
Well,
because
I mean, Grand Traverse is what I would say, but I call Chevy. I don't say Chevy Traverse. I say Chevy Traverse.
right, but that's
So-
because it's because it's called Traverse City. And so that's why I
Traverse
think it's
City.
Grand Traverse.
All right, we're about to find out from the state of Michigan pronunciation guide.
Grand Traverse.
Bob says the scroll on the top is incorrect.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll check that out then.
I feel like he's still trolling us. I don't know.
No, that's the only other place it would appear. So that I probably missed it. I'll have to fix it then.
Arkansas weather watchers in the building. Good to see you guys. Hope y'all are enjoying the winter weather. We got 4 threats of severe weather over
Hey,
the next
so do
8
we.
days.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we got Sunday to deal with, perhaps next Wednesday. But good luck down there, guys. Stay safe and do your thing. Arkansas Weather Watchers is a similar page to what we do here in Michigan, just Arkansas based. So, all right. Michigan guide. We're going to scroll all the way down to the G's. And we're going to say, here it is. According to Michigan.gov, it is Grand Traverse.
Got it.
Well, it is past midnight here. I think we're set to wrap things up, Joel.
Yep.
We'll be watching for a while here on these storms. Wouldn't expect anything more to be severe, but there's always that off chance, something could happen. And that is what we are always here for. And look at that. It is misspelled.
I had to back it up. It is misspelled.
Look at that.
I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you, Bob. Thank you, Bob, for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I never would have seen that.
Appreciate you pointing that out.
It's the smallest things.
Yeah, if you guys see a mistake on one of our graphics or whatever, feel free to point it out to us. We're human. We make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of it. I know Joel keeps on myself and Caleb about misspells and mispronunciations and stuff like that. We're human. We'll make mistakes. But I think we're going to wrap things up here, guys. We did sponsor shout-outs. I don't see anything threatening here. We will be live probably again tomorrow evening for a severe weather briefing. Have to imagine Sunday does look a little bit more concerning based on model guidance tonight. We'll see if that continues to trend that way tomorrow. Do expect an update from us in terms of our forecast, so on and so forth. We'll catch you guys tomorrow with updates. So, anything want to add, Joel?
Nope. I'm just tired, and we'll probably knowing our luck, we'll probably be back live sometime later tonight for portions of Northern Michigan. But we'll hope not, so everyone can get a good night's rest and prepare for Sunday. So, yeah. Thank you guys for following, subscribing, liking, chatting with us. We love talking to you guys, so thank you keeping chat entertained for us tonight, even with one severe thunderstorm warning. Just goes to show you what we do here at Michigan Storm Chasers, so we hope you come back for more of our streams in the future. And next time you do, make sure to bring a friend. We are in it together here as Michiganders. Cover 3% of the state population. We'd love to get more, so again, share us with all your friends and family, and we will see you next time here at Michigan Storm Chasers. That's all I got.
Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.
All right. Peace out, everybody.